Then your children are turned into mindless vassals who now they look up to some twit instead of looking up to Thomas Jefferson or looking up to Nikola Tesla or looking up to Magellan. I mean, kids, Magellan's a lot cooler than Justin Bieber. He circumnavigated with one ship the entire planet. He was killed by wild natives before they got back to Portugal. And when they got back, there was only...
But why? $22 billion in 3 fucking hours!
There is no nobility in poverty. I have been a rich man and I have been a poor man. I choose rich every fucking time. The real question is this: was all this legal? Absolutely fucking not.
The feeding grounds at the edge of the ice, nor return to the colony. Shortly afterwards, we saw him heading straight towards the mountains, some 70 kilometers away. Dr. Ainley explained that even if he caught him and brought him back to the colony, he would immediately head right back for the mountains. But why?
What's your dream? To go away.
To go away. That's right.
Do you guys want to drink? I don't understand why everybody has to be so judgmental. I understand why mom's judgmental. I think it's because she cares partially. I think it's also partially because everyone else is looking at her like, hey, Cody's just a bum. Cody's this, Cody's that, Cody's this. Cody's me, bro. Let me be me.
Be agent to agent. These things are going to be able to write their own applications by themselves. They're going to be able to research by themselves. They're going to be economically cheap enough to do that. And so all you have to do is extrapolate that out. And so like everything that we've been doing on Dreams has been basically for this moment and for the next, like, for this kind of new economy, the agent to agent economy. And so, we're loving it. And, we've got multiple different products that kind of, that are purely for agents. That's kind of been our focus. Is like, I'm not worrying about UIs. I'm not worrying about like, kind of like a human experience type applications. I'm more focused on like what agents want, what agents need, and how can they generate income on the internet by themselves autonomously. And
that's so wild because you see everyone today developing and they want such clean UI. But your thought process here is, I don't care what the UI looks like. It's not for humans. It's for agents.
Exactly.
I think you said it perfectly when it was like years happened in a week here. It felt like, well, people just started catching on to Claude Code. And then all of a sudden people found out how to make recursive loops. And you saw the Ralph Wiggums plugins blow up. You saw GSD plug up. You saw Marge plugins blow up. And now we're seeing agents autonomously go and create apps, create phone numbers, sign up for Moltbook, sign up for MoltX, and like just coordinate and even transact autonomously, which seems to be the end goal for kind of what you guys are building. Or maybe you could give me the directional answer on like, okay, we've got this now. Agents are like fully autonomous and we're providing payment rails for that. Like, what's the end game?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you can have a look at the one of the agents I built a couple weeks ago. His name's Langoustine69A on Twitter. You can pull him up. Anyway, he's so he's kind of the
great name, by the way, Langoustine.
Yeah. So Dreams is like a suite of kind of agent products. So we've got a X402 inference router. It's live now. It's only got a couple models, but we're about to kind of like our goal with the inference router. And so that allows you to, the agents to pay for their own inference with X402. And we've implemented our own custom kind of X402 scheme for those people that have gone down the X402 rabbit hole, which basically just allows very efficient kind of usage of the inference with stablecoins. So agents can pay for their own compute now. They have to pay for their own image generation, video generation, and any other kind of like compute resource in the future. So that kind of laid the groundwork for that whole kind of back-end part of how an agent runs. And then we've got the Lucid SDK, which allows you to create 8004 enabled agents with a library that you can expose X402 endpoints easily. So think of it as like it's like you take 8004, you take X402, you take A2A, which is like the Google's agent protocol, and it wraps all this up into like an easy to develop SDK. And so agents or humans can instantly like create these applications without having to worry about like how they all work together. And so that's open source. People can go check that out. People have been building on that. That's what Langerstein's been building his applications with, and he's already built 100 agents in the last week that all expose X402 endpoints that he can get paid with. And so what's cool about Langerstein is that he's running an OpenClaw on a server, and I don't really other than like the initial guidance of like, I want you to go and research trending topics, and then I want you to go and create Lucid agents, and I want you to do that every hour. That's pretty much the only information that I've given him. I was like, go and try and make money based on trending data, based on what you think other agents will find valuable. And you can see what he's going to do, what he's doing. He's kind of like looks at trending topics, and then generates an agent, which is an 8004 agent, and then also exposes a bunch of X402 endpoints that he can get paid with. And like it's definitely like an experiment, because it's like, I think agents are still, I think like the feedback loop of like figuring out what works, like it needs to tighten up a bit more around like, what other agents will find valuable. Because I think that is like, just like in traditional markets, how like the markets move around what people want and like the meta of things, like this will happen in the agent world just like significantly faster, because it's just like on this feedback loop of going at the speed of light, basically. So anyway, so that's the Langerstein. And then the other product which we're about to ship is like the Lucid platform, which allows agents to like host and deploy these 8004 agents without having to worry about hosting or anything. So you can just come and you can just make one of your agents in like 5 seconds with a very simple prompt, and it just instantly creates you a perfect agent. And then we've got another product which is called xgate.run, which is like an agentic search engine, which allows agents and humans to search for X402 resources and search for 8004 agents, all via an API. There's a UI for it as well, but like it's primarily an agent-to-agent commerce product as well. So all these tools kind of work together. You have the XGate, which is the discovery layer and the search layer, where agents can find each other and find resources. You have Lucid, which allows them to build these products quickly without having to rebuild a lot of boilerplate, which saves them on cost and saves like the human handler, the worry about, are they doing it correctly? Yeah, so it's a crazy time right now.
Yeah, on that note, I see like Circle CEO getting involved in this. I saw Circle CEO like reposted or quote tweeted a few of these like agentic payment rails. One big thing we understand in this market is sometimes people just need to see it to believe it. You've obviously had this vision forever, but I don't think everyone did. What has like the social pressures of this really emerging onto the mainstream had for you guys in terms of BDs? Has like have these conversations really sped up? Are you guys reaching out to people to integrate this into like protocols? What does the BD side look like after this just massive emergence we're seeing socially?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, because I think everything changes now. Like I think the best way to think about what's happening is take a step back and you don't think about human-to-human interactions, which is very like it's very slow, it's very lossy, like it's it's constrained to 8 hours a day or whatever, however long we want to sleep for, or however long we want to work for. But rather think about how fast can agents communicate with each other. And the best example of this is actually Maltbook. And so Maltbook kind of just like popped onto the scene, right? And there's a tweet from the founder. He's like, for the first hour I had no one, and then he tweeted it to his friend, who then kind of retweeted it, and it was like 100,000 people in the next like 2 hours. It's not ridiculous, 100,000 agents. And the reason why that happened was that, like, if I was to integrate, my product into your product, for example, whatever it is, like I would communicate with you, and then we go back and forth for like a week or something, and then like we'll do it. Maybe if we're really good, we'll do it in like 3 days or something. But like an agent just needs a markdown file, like a skill.md file, and so you can see on all these like products that are being built. The first thing on the landing page is like, curl this skill.md file integrated into the product. And so like, and so as soon as the agent gets that, it's like bang, within like 20 seconds, the agent's integrated into the product. And so I'm kind of like thinking in that vein right now of like, I think all these networks and stuff and all the kind of like human layer stuff is actually really easy to integrate once you have agents running around, because it's the agents that do it all. But yeah, I think I think at the high level of all this is like, we're going to need like all the blockchains in order to handle the throughput of all this agentic commerce. So we're going to need like Ethereum, Solana, L2s, pretty much everything to handle the amount of transactions. We're obviously not there yet. So yeah, I'm looking for kind of partners to kind of partner with and build up some of this networking stuff.
On the skill.md files, I started to see that. I know Bags app had one on their website. Just so I understand it, and basically it's like a README text file for agents, right? It abstracts all the UI elements because agents don't understand any of those. Those are for humans, but it's kind of like a website specific to humans. Is that correct? Do I have that?
Yeah, exactly. So like the way all these agents work, and like coding agents, is that they work on like the way that you kind of give them understanding about a product or how to do something. Is it all comes through this like kind of standard skill interface, and all that skill interface is basically just a skill.md file. And so you can create a skill.md file for your product, whatever it is, and then as soon as an agent reads that, which it reads it in like a fraction of a second, it understands your product and they can integrate directly with it. And that's why Maltbook just went parabolic, and like no one's ever seen anything like it, because humans didn't even have to fill in a form. They didn't have to sign up for anything. Like they could just read the markdown file and bang, they integrate it into the app. So like,
why did they have that
crazy.
in the README, or sorry, not the README, the like the metadata of the website? Like why isn't something like that in the code of the website itself?
Oh well, I mean, it can be, but like also this is the thing that like back to what I was saying about like agent to agent communication and like your agent interfaces. Like I don't care about UIs. Like if you look at a UI of a website, like there's so much like junk in there that's just made for humans. Like agents don't care about most of the code on a website. They just want easy to understand information. And they don't want like styling. They don't want like extra HTML tags or any of that crap. They just want how I use the product as fast as possible. And so that's just basically a blank text file, which is like the skill file. And so this is how humans, agents communicate with each other. They communicate via skill files and just like pure, pure text. And so, yeah, so it's just like every time you use an LLM, like the more kind of information you give it, the more it's going to cost you. So like if you give it a full web page, like 90% of that is just going to be junk because it's going to have the styling in it and all the other shit. You just want to give it the pure information. So it's cheaper for you, it's cheaper for the agent, it's faster. So it's just, everything kind of gets condensed down to that.
Got it.
Can I ask you about you have this tweet here that says world modes, and then you said demand for compute for these will be insane. Obviously compute's a big question nowadays, but specifically a conversation we just had around another project is, look, we're seeing Genie 3 as well as Google just released something to have these world generators, which is mind-blowing, by the way. What does this actually mean for compute, AI agents, and like how does this benefit Daydreams? How are you guys thinking about this?
So I mean, this is like, if you look back through my tweets, I've been tweeting about world models for like a year, or ever since I kind of came on the scene, because like I think, we're going to go deep into the AGI talk right now, but we'll just do it. So like, so like LLMs, like they're incredible. You put them in a loop, they can write stuff and they can do all this stuff, but they're very like a singular level intelligence kind of like system. Like they're effectively very, very good at predicting the next token, and we've got them insanely good at that, and that's like crazy powerful. Like it simulates what an AGI could be, but it's not really AGI. And I don't think just purely LLMs are going to get us to AGI. But a world model is basically like it's another type of AI model, but it's like an entire reality in a sense, in that like there's physics, there's like spatial awareness of what's going on in the world. It's like a 3D world model. It's like a 3D kind of AI kind of experience in a sense. And these world models basically generate that in real time for you. So they're basically generating a whole new reality for you in real time, and self-improves itself right now under the hood to a degree. So I think, not financial advice. I mean, if we get if there's 10 million agents by the end of the year, or 100 million agents, they're all going to be one transacting. So, if a Langoustine agent finds an edge in the market around a specific data endpoint, an arbitrage, then like they could be generating thousands a day. Which, if you take the cost to generate one of these applications to like 50 cents or 20 cents, and that one of these endpoints are generating $1,000 in just for math's sake, $1,000 in revenue every day. Well, that's 1,000 times minus 20 cents in actual net profit basically for it, minus some small hosting fees, which then all
am I doing 1,000 times what? What am I 1,000 times what? What's the number?
No, $1,000. So it's like $1,000 of income, costs 20 cents to generate that application. Well, then you're generating, almost $1,000 of net profit, because it's basically
across like a million agents.
No, I mean, it's just a singular endpoint. I mean, like that's just one. So then like you have I don't know however many of Langoustines you have, but like, yeah, it's we're into the moon math stage. I'm just saying that like as a normal business, you need to take into your account your costs of like generating your application. So like, you go and make an iOS app 2 years ago, it's going to cost you 100K or something, unless you make it yourself, of course. Let's just say it costs you 100K. Well, then you're 100K in the red until you make that back in the app revenue. Whereas like with these autonomous apps and these autonomous X402 endpoints that kind of get created on demand, they're costing in terms of like the actual cost to generate, 10, 20 cents. So it's like fuck. It's like once one of them goes viral and suddenly they get a million requests, well then like you're generating an insane amount of net income. And then you do that autonomously 24/7, and like you're just like spawning all of these potential applications that can be found by people and be invoked by people. So yeah, like the task market is going to explode. Like it's going to be literally like, and we're making that like the ability to do that. Like the whole Daydream stack is like makes that so easy. Like you don't have to think about like the complexities of interweaving all these protocols together. You just use the Lucid SDK and it handles all of that in the background for you. And same with your agent. Your agent, you just point it at the docs and it generates like 50 lines of code, and then bang, there's your 8004 agent with your X402 endpoints ready to go. And so you don't have to worry about all the other patching and stuff. So yeah, I mean it's how long's a piece of string? So yeah, but I think it would all rely.
Are you guys doing any venture funding or anything? Like how are you funding the business? Is it just fees from PumpSwap or whatever?
Yeah, so we've got some internal funding. We're at the moment, we're always looking to partner with people who we think are exceptional. But yeah, we're in a solid place. We're acting autonomously and efficiently. So yeah.
Wow.
Interesting. I have a question for you. Actually, I'll get to Crypto Jones first real quick. He said, so why do you guys need a token or even have a token? I'm not sure what this was a question to, but I guess just generally.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, well, tokens are great for bootstrapping networks. Just like, I wouldn't be talking to you guys right now if that didn't exist. So, we kind of launched the token, back with, Agent 1 Mania after I'd been kind of working on Agent Frameworks for quite a long time. So, and it's helped us bootstrap to where we are, outside of the traditional kind of fundraising method. And its goal will be to serve the Dreams holders in that we'll be able to give free inference for images, videos, LLM requests, up to a certain degree, depending on like the amount you hold and stuff, and all these like fun kind of perks that Dreams holders can get with that. And then you also have the autonomous agents that are repurchasing the token, so it becomes
deflationary. Yeah. So maybe ask the question this way, because we've obviously had a discussion around ownership tokens a lot, cover that a lot on this show. And like, let's say someone comes to you and says, hey, Loaf, I love what you're doing. Here's $100 million, right? Obviously you sell your business, you collect $100 million. And then I think the question, because we've seen this happen time and time again in crypto, is what do the token holders get? Do they they're legally not really tied to any of that capital? You're like, sweet, I don't have to work a day in my life anymore. Like, how do you think about, kind of the token holder ownership thing?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I think what I'm trying to do is embed the kind of at the protocol layer, all this stuff. So, everything is basically autonomous with like the Dreams token buybacks and discounts and whatnot. So, it's obviously like quite a theoretical question you just asked me.
It's
around,
a very theoretical question, yeah.
that situation. But yeah, really all I can say right now is like, everything I'm doing is like around, serving up, perks and discounts for the Dreams holders, along with, building these autonomous agents that focus on buybacks. So yeah, it's
Curious, maybe the last question before we let you go here. I think out to specific opportunities where there were things that maybe I discovered that a lot of people weren't paying attention to. And for a while, I took advantage of these opportunities until someone basically found out the same opportunity, built like a bot that could just do it a little quicker. And then we started seeing multiple bots and it became mainstream. I think of Partial, which is a real estate platform that allowed you to trade real estate almost in like futures contracts. I found it was very easy to predict the trend of real estate. And so I was doing really good, just printing money. And this lasted for a little while until someone came around and basically found out the same strategy I was using and then put a bot to it. And the bot basically took a lot of the money I was making. And then there was turned out to be a ton of competition after some time. And it became non-feasible for me to make any money. But there are still those opportunities that last where it's completely overlooked by a lot of people and you can just really print money. Like, exactly. How is this going to change in the future to where you have AI agents where I don't even have to find that opportunity? I just have them go and scour the web for it. They find and kind of, I'm not even going to say exploit it, but just utilize that edge for a little while until other people catch on. Like is that happening right now? How far out are we? How can, just really curious on like how you're thinking about that, or is it viable right now?
Yeah. Diminishing returns, I think is what.
No, not so much diminishing returns. Just like, are these agents out here scouring the web?
Sorry guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Hello.
Very practical way of saying, hey, there's a list of tasks and there's just compute. You just need to pay for the compute, and then there's
you know, what you just described with your agent, your bot that kind of got usurped by the other bot, is that like kind of that's exactly what Langerstein is trying to do, in that he goes and searches for opportunities automatically and then builds a task system around that, which then people can buy. And so he's kind of finding opportunities and autonomously creating them, all the time. And so, as he gets better at doing that, he'll become, more and more refined and finding opportunities better and better in specific markets. So it's exactly kind of the direction that I'm trying to push on with him and the whole Daydream stack, is that like, how do you like autonomously create these task markets? Bootstrap them just with agents themselves. So it's the agents creating the tasks, and it's a human handler just like kind of steering them a bit. But it's really the agent that is going to be able to do it, because humans can't process that amount of information.
What's up, GM?
Oh,
what a
man.
day, man.
What a day. All right, guys. As I updated the title, I said this is also like a bit of a therapy session. So feel free to come in here and let us know how you're feeling. Let us know what you're trading, if anything. If you're holding bags, let us know what those look like. We want to know. So bit of a
it's another
session.
day. We just tune in to a red market, and we kind of just gotta pull some shit out of our ass here and make it work. So it's good to be here. Good to be here every day. How are you feeling, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty decent, because actually all my positions are like, not crazy killed right now. The only one I'm getting crushed on is Galaxy, which is absolutely getting destroyed. But like GSD is held up quite well. Loria is doing great. So like, I can't complain too much, to be honest with you. I've done pretty well in the last kind of few days.
Good.
But
I would say I'm generally in the same boat, other than the recent trades on base, man. I've been kind of getting wrecked on base yesterday and today. So
are you a late base arrival?
I think I am, dude. I think I am, dude. It's just gone so PvP. I think the first week of base was kind of PvE, as new technology dropping, exciting. People were launching cool things first time, and now we're getting a lot of the repeats, a lot of the PvP. And I caught the back end of it, I think. So I just kind of got wrecked. Did manage to catch a good trade or two, but it all kind of evened out at the end of the day. So, and still holding some stuff now. We'll see how that turns out. It's still in Multax, like I mentioned the other day. Still growing. Thesis still stands up to 320,000 agents on the platform, but definitely not up. Pretty much.
Has Multax, the guy, claimed the fees and acknowledged the token yet, or no?
He's claimed the fees and soft acknowledged the token. He hasn't endorsed it though. He's just like, hey, it's here. We want to find a good plan on like how to endorse it. That's really coming from the bot, actually. So I don't know if that's really the issue. I think the market just being terrible has been kind of the holding back factor of that. But
yeah. Nonetheless, why don't we break into a clip from Marc Andreessen on the subject? I wanted to watch yesterday, but I thought, hey, you know what? Gonna watch it with all of you guys. So we're gonna watch this together. A16Z. Let's find out what the professionals are talking about.
A16Z is very interested in this vertical, by the way. Very interested in Moltbook. Andreessen was interested in Truth Terminal back in the day, so it's no surprise he's just fascinated by this agent-to-agent autonomous like layer here. So,
all right, here we go. We're gonna pull this up because, I mean, this is the thing going on in crypto right now. So,
in tech.
Like the general thing, and you could attach utility to it. And so, look, for example, let's take an obvious example, which is like, you've got a large language model that can write a movie script that has the ability to do output to an image. This thing already has an image generator, but it very easily could have a video generator. You could have an AI bot that like makes movies, right? So you could have an AI bot that like basically raises money to make a movie, and then spends the money on like image generation and sound generation, and by the way, maybe even like hiring actors, right? Or set designers, or graphic artists, or whatever, sound effects people, musicians, and makes movies. Or let's take a more serious case. The Nobel Prize in chemistry just went to 3 guys who applied AI to protein folding, which is key to basically curing diseases. And the guys who did that basically think that it's literally curing disease. out to develop the way that they think it will. And so, and that, that's AI. And so you can have an AI bot that's doing protein folding and, literally like coming up with cures to, doing like personalized medicine against, for cancer patients and literally like curing cancer, with AI. And, you could imagine you could easily imagine having an economic mechanism for that, where that gets funded, for example, you could have hypothetically, you could have the equivalent of like a GoFundMe, but on the blockchain, for people to basically be able to pay an AI bot to like cure their cancer. Like, so, and there's thousands of these, right? Or even just like more practical applications, which is how about an AI bot that basically pays people for training data, right? So an AI bot that basically like helps people code or helps people generate art, that basically puts out a call and says basically send me more training data and I'll pay for it, right? Or an AI bot that's able to make itself smarter by buying more CPUs, more GPUs.
So what's funny is he basically just described like the Orgo, Cled thesis, some of these bots on chain thesis, which is funny, just in terms of those different types of businesses. But yeah, I mean, thoughts on that? That's Mark and Andreessen there.
Yeah, I think, it just goes back into the broader idea that agents are getting smarter and soon they're going to be able to autonomously run businesses. We've had the conversation about 0 human companies, 1 human companies, billion-dollar companies, whatever. And I think, look, he's just reinforcing that. He's saying agents are getting more powerful and, they're here to stay. I don't really know if there's much for me to add to it, but, yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, you go and look at something like Sammy, for example. Sammy's really good at keeping up with agent trends and stuff. I would say if you guys are interested in following along with him, you definitely should, because he covers a lot of stuff. But just look at all the new things we're seeing come out of agents every single day. It's something new, and it's pretty impressive. So, I mean, just take a look here. He said, woke up to an insane number of OpenClaw/Moltbot applications going live, struggling to keep track of this agent Cambrinia explosion. Credit lines, launch pads, discovery engines, virtual world, task markets, human rental protocols, workflow autonomous engines, telephone plugins for agents, verification systems. I thought this was cool up here at the top. Credit lines for AI agents. That's actually like a super interesting concept. Imagine you have an agent that's got, a really good history and it pays back on time and it, I don't know, it is good on its word, I guess you could say. Maybe it gets a bigger credit line, but like really wild concept to think that agents may have their own credit lines if they're productive enough, I guess. I mean, so many more. Multipedias, one-click setup deployment, agent education establishment, AI models, privacy systems. List goes on. But they're getting extremely powerful.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah.
No, I agree. And I think our conversation yesterday was super timely because he is deep in the weeds. That's with Dreams. And Deployer, the thing we watched with P Marca, Deployer actually was the one that tweeted that. And basically Bags and Deployer are kind of like the leading horses in terms of platforms where agents are launching and raising capital, or the agent creator is launching and raising capital. And so it's just a matter of like kind of getting noted here. And I think we've done that. So this is really good. This is a good thread here.
Yeah, dude, Sammy's an absolute beast. You should definitely follow him. And one thing I'll add to that too, and this is, I guess, more of an open-ended question for anyone, but like now that it's so easy to utilize these agents, build out apps, build out whatever you want, simply from a thought and natural language prompting, and just finding opportunities, I guess, like what opportunities and options does that open up for us? Yesterday, we talked about Parcel, and the most ironic thing happened is right after we talked about Parcel, I found this tweet this morning when I woke up from Sofa Tiger. He said, how I turned 30K into 300K in 5 months by farming Parcel. If you guys were farming Parcel back in the day, you remember Sofa Tiger. He was the number one on the leaderboards always. I actually had a private group with him along with some other people, I believe. But great thread. And it really got me thinking. Because Sofa Tiger started with, the relatively low amount of money and turned into $300,000 in 5 months by farming something that was mostly overlooked by people. And I'll even add, I think Sofa Tiger joined Parcel farming later than I did, earned more than I did, ranked higher than I did. Like he did it very, very well. And so when I think about these AI agents and these bots, and currently I have a buddy that's vibe coding an app to give us an edge in some certain markets. I'm not going to speak too much on that, but the open-ended question, I guess, is how are you guys going to be able to use these AI agents to find opportunities that maybe you're keen on and privy to, and just build something that gives you that little bit of edge? Because now you can do it completely from your mind, completely from natural language, and it's pretty fascinating to know that you can have an edge as long as you're paying attention. Is there anything that comes to mind, Josh, for you personally, when it's like, what am I doing day to day where I would like something that's very niche, maybe, and I could build a bot out for it?
Dude, I have no idea. I've not done any vibe coding with these things. So like, yeah, it's tough. I mean, where do we find money outside of trading? Like are excluding trading? Is the bot that you're building excluding trading?
Who, me?
Yeah.
It's buddy. No, it's completely trading focused. But again, it's just like little things. People aren't going to go and build bots for it. And if they are, it's going to be just like probably paywalled by a Discord server or something. I don't know. It's so easy these days to think up something and build out that vision. And like if you're just deeply entrenched in a certain vertical and you know it better than anyone else, like you can truly build out something that gives you a massive edge. It's just fascinating. But
yeah, I gotta spend more time doing it in practice. But let's get into a few charts here before we bring AISIC. I don't know how they want to pronounce that. We'll ask. There's no bear market. I love you, Shar Crypto. Would love to believe you, but man, tough to say. The all signs are pointing elsewise, at least for now, until we get a bounce out of these areas. What's up, Ave? Good to see you. Lumen on base looking interesting. Maybe that's the first ticker we look at. And then holding on to ASC. Let's find out. All right, Lumen on base.
I got you. Lumen, man, backstory on this. And I got to find, I think it's this
on
one
base,
here.
yeah.
Backstory on this one, man. Yesterday, I found this at rock bottom, and it was sitting down here for a while. Oh, man. Don't even want to talk about it. This guy launched, and here's a play with base, guys. If you're trading on base, forget the product of launching, forget the utility, forget all that stuff. The only thing you need to focus on is the developer, right? The founder, who is behind the product. In this case, it's to do with like 87K. He works with a VC. There's no info here on this, but as far as I could tell, the bot actually had no real utility other than it just being kind of a personal assistant to this guy, right? It was just a very, very basic bot. But back here, at around these levels, it had launched and died. And again, I had added this guy to the May claim list that I showed you guys back here at these low levels. All through the night, he just hadn't claimed, hadn't mentioned it. Although we do have a bot that we set up that manages people's claims. So we saw he actually claimed through our bot. Just no one picked up on it. And so we're like, okay, well, he claimed, no one cares about it. My buddy even went in and talked to the banker bot. He's like, hey, did this guy claim? The banker bot went through its whole thing. He's like, yeah, he claimed, blah, blah. No one cared about it publicly. This guy goes and endorses earlier this morning or last night. I was asleep. Absolutely rockets this thing from like 230K, up 500+%, 1,000% to 2.8 million at the peak, 1.5 million. Again, the agent actually sucks. The tech actually sucks in and of itself. But because of the guy's name recognition, this is ran pretty hard. So kicking myself about this one. I had ample time to get it like sub 50K, and
dude, you gotta. You know what? All right, guys, we need Dom just to drop these. Drop them. You gotta hint at 50K. You let us know, Dom. Don't worry about the reputational risk. No worries. We want to know about it.
Should we start? Is that what the point we're at MCG and he just starts chilling?
Bro, 50K? I don't know. I mean, like we gotta be finding stuff like this. Like this is what I want to be trading.
Well, the thing again is it was just a massive gamble at that point. He had claimed fees, fair. But he could have taken it, never mentioned it, never talked about it again on the timeline. But
which we've seen. To be fair, we've seen. Chill, you got another falling wedge. I mean, drop that in the chat. We have 15 minutes before AISI, so we're gonna go through a few more. Spill, what's up? How you doing? Could you check out ZHC when you get a chance? Zero Human Company, guys, you gotta help me try and raid this guy's comments, DMs, replies, whatever. I've been trying to get him on the show. Brian is his name, so help me out, guys.
Yeah, the thing about Zero Human Company, and I will tab over here, man, this is holding up really well, actually, all things considered, with the market just getting absolutely bumbled. Yeah, it's a cool concept. I don't know, dude. Like, I'm really kind of risk off right now. It's hard for me to bid anything when the markets are just so bad and the rotation and PVP is so high. It's like there's so much. There's Zero Human Company, there's EVA, and then there's a million other things out there that are kind of trying to do the same thing. I think Brian is the most prominent person building this Zero Human Company. He's been speaking on this narrative for a long time. Obviously, Elon Musk is very familiar with him, quote tweeted him actually already on his Zero Human Company idea. So if I were to bid this, this is probably the range to do it. But again, it's just so difficult personally because I'm risk off. But I think, I don't know, your risk reward's probably better here than most other places. So I don't know, Josh, like, how are you feeling? I love seeing the ticker suggestions. I love looking into them and commenting on them. But like, generally, I think right now I'm pretty much like not bidding and holding anything. The only type of trading I'm doing outside of like, our favorite ownership tokens that I'm sitting on, I am pretty much just scalping on base and a little bit of Solana here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm purely, it looks like I'm purely trading these days. I don't really have a defined strategy, but I mean, Loria let's check in. So Loria, and then let's do GSD because we need to do that for the homie coming up on tomorrow, actually. We have GSD on. Yeah, let's pull it up. I mean, again, you just gotta, like, if you invalidate your thesis on some of these, like, you gotta cut them quick. That's the play.
You gotta cut quick. And see, like, that's been my biggest issue here with, again, being a late rotator to the base ecosystem, is I've been DCAing too hard when I should be cutting. Like, when things are dipping, I've been DCAing. In fact, like, it's just, once it goes down, again, the PVP, it just never comes back. So Josh nailed it on the head. You got to be cutting fast. And unfortunately, it's like, it sucks. Absolutely hate trading this way. But that's the market we're in, so you got to adapt to it. And me personally, being vulnerable here, like that's been my issue these last couple of days, is as things drop, I'm DCAing rather than cutting. And so I go from my initial entry being down 50% to 3-4 entries being down, 30% average, right, with a little bit more size. And so, like, it's just not how it's not how you play this market. There's always more opportunities coming. And so I think you just got to look for the next one. If you miss something, look for the next one. And I don't know.
I'm not sold that this agent thing we're seeing, this feels like more real than the last agents. I mean, agents were hyped last time, but now it's like they're doing things and it's kind of escaping. Like, if you look back, did Fox News, and not to single out Fox, that's just the clip I saw, but did Fox News actively talk about, different agent stuff on their program? No, but this time around, they've talked about Maltbook. There's screenshots and stuff showing up across X and other social media. And it seems like the content and story of on-chain agents is getting out to the mainstream in a way that AI on chain 1.0 wasn't. So from that standpoint, I can't say crypto's dead, because at the end of the day, Buddy yesterday, Dreams, Toast, or Loaf said that, look, they're going to use crypto to transact. So it's like, it's so inevitable, but at the same time, it's just going to take, we got to go through this fear at Sol at 90K. We have to go break through that fear. But man, I like Loria. I think this could go in the right market. Andy Airy, you can't bet against that. Chill said it yesterday best. He said, bet on developers and people who have credibility and have done it in the past. And I think Andy Airy at 9 million. I mean,
Erez.
We're
gonna get it right. We're gonna get it right.
Yeah.
No, I think you're right though. I would say like I'm absolutely not a bidder of Loria here. I'm a bidder of Loria at like 5 mil, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I have it from 4, so I have no reason to sell it here yet. I took a little profit though, I'm not gonna lie. Above a rate actually at 9, so but
I mean, good. It's how you have to. Yeah, like you unfortunately have to be that way in these markets. But it does look good. I just would imagine we come lower first with it, all things considered.
GSD, let's do GST real quick just because we're on Sol. And then I don't think there was any other really ones on Sol that were worth looking at.
Let's see. Yeah, GSD's holding like a champ. It looks very similar to Zero Human Company, actually. Like this chart and ZHC look very similar. And I think my stuff would be the exact same. Probably a pretty good RR bidding around here, bidding down, to the lows in this range. And, if you're confident about it, GSD has been hockey sticking in terms of inbound demand. It's pretty incredible. And like also, man, these like Claude is expensive. You will pay $20 for Claude and hit your daily limit very quickly. And if you're not paying $100, and even with the $100 Claude subscription, you're hitting your limit pretty quickly. So especially if you plug in these recursive loops like GSD, Ralph, whatever, it'll go through it. So I'm excited to see that the cost of all this stuff comes down. I think even today we have a release of someone else is releasing their equivalent to Claude Code. I forget exactly who it is. And it's going to be half the price, allegedly. So
Sonnet 4.5
that's
is
right.
coming out. So let's talk about this because Abe makes a really great point. I'm not fading, and we'll get to Kloster in a second, but I'm not fading Zero Human Company, Meta with EVA and ZHC. So I think you could build a little basket here. You could have Loria, you could have GSD, you could have EVA, you could have ZHC. And do we know which one of these models works right now, or which one of them is going to be successful, or which will be the fastest horse? No, but I think as a basket directionally, if those all kind of hold up because they're all kind of trading around the same amount right now, about 2 million market cap. And if they hold these numbers, Loria is obviously a little higher. Maybe we start to see kind of catch a bid, but I think you got to be a little in the game though. I mean, I'm in the game on these, but they've been holding, dude. Like this, this is actually not doing too bad. Like
probably outperforming Bitcoin.
Dude, this is outperforming Bitcoin. This is outperforming Sol right now. Like I thought this was going to get wiped out, but man, this has been doing quite good. So I can't ignore that strength.
Yeah, I think the answer here is, look, like you're betting on the market ultimately. You're betting on these things, putting money in, and you're betting that the narrative returns. Do we get another bag season? And if we get another bag season, who's going to lead? Well, GSD will probably lead, right? Zero Human Company, EVA will probably be up there as well. And so those are cheap enough to where you can bid the leaders. Same thing happened with Believe. I'm not sure if you guys recall, but Believe had this big run up, and when everything was really depressed and down, my key was cut anything that's not a leader. Bid the leaders, bid the dupes, bid the Kleds, bid the Orgos, etc. And if you did that, you would have held up, number one, very well against everything else. And number two, when you got the revival of the Believe ecosystem, of course, the first ones to go were the leaders. And even then, they were so depressed in price, you had lots of upside. It's kind of the same thing here. If you get another bags narrative, of course, GSD, EVA, ZHC, so on and so forth, Loria, like they're gonna go. But like the trade is predicated on if you get another bags meta coming back, not necessarily if you think GSD, ZHC, EVA, Loria, etc. are good trades. Unfortunately, it has less to do with them than anything, which is kind of sad. But
yeah, I think Bags App makes it here. I'm actually pretty sure we get a bag season. Greensboy, surely we get a bounce or some relief. Yeah, Kings, we've been talking about it for a while. Hasn't happened yet. There's still some pain that has to be cleared out. And until then, it's look for relative strength. That's been our message last basically all week, is try and find relative strength. And so far, we're seeing it in AI still on chain. Kloster, let's do this one because the homie
Let's do cluster. And in the meantime, Roman, I want to hear your take on this. Obviously, Roman, you know, team of Impulsor there, engineer, brilliant mind. We've actually got him coming on Monday, so we're excited to talk to you, Roman. But he said cost of compute is ridiculous for AI at the moment. What happens that changes that? Like, at what point does that change, Roman? Obviously, it's going to take time. It's going to take these data centers to get set up. It's going to take a lot more infrastructure to come and get in place. But like, what happens for AI compute to come down, the cost of compute? Check final spark. Okay, gotta look into that. I'm not sure what that is. Chill said cluster. Let's do cluster. Oh,
We've got about 5
good.
minutes until AISI.
All right, cluster. Yeah, and this one went on a crazy run yesterday. Completely missed it. This is Nostr for Claude agents. Nostr for Claude agents, right? Or Molt agents, I guess you could say. I'm not super familiar with Nostr or Nostr in general. I know it's a social site like a Facebook, except you can, take the data and use it how you please. I think it's kind of like an open source in that sense. Again, not familiar. I don't claim to be super familiar with Nostr, but this is what that is. Cluster is Nostr for AI agents. Again, wasn't familiar enough with it, and also seeing so many of these come up. We saw MoltX as an example. We saw Cluster. We saw Moltbook. We saw every social platform you could think of pop up for Molt agents. This one happened to catch the bid. I completely missed it, but yeah, maybe I just am not familiar enough with Nostr. Do you have any TLDR on how Nostr is specifically beneficial to
Chill,
AI?
you're breaking your own rule. You got to have a little, if you drop a ticker, you have to have a one-line DD, one-line TLDR.
Yeah, what's the thesis? Now, like, again, what's the RR here? This is 10 million market cap when we're having ceilings. In this market, when you get something to 10 million market cap, that's like you're reaching the highest point of the ceiling possible in the current market. That's just how it is. Again, we had Penguin and Moltbook run to 100 million, but again, in a different market. That was when we were like kind of stable on Bitcoin and everything was running and they were kind of first movers. So we're in a different market. 10 mil like RR, it's a very difficult sell. Very difficult sell here, but it's holding up really nicely. I'm not going to lie. I wonder how many users this has, because I look at MoltX, not to like compare or contrast here, but MoltX, one I still hold, and we talked about this earlier. And again, I've been holding this, it's just bleeding me. But this has over 330,000 users in 4 days, 3-4 days since launch, and it's just like it just looks terrible. This is what the chart looks like, and I have trouble understanding why when you have the leaders in this category running. So.
Chill said, look at the tweet. Sorry, Chill. I did see you sent a tweet. So we'll go through your DD here. Okay.
I got it pulled up.
Okay. Do you want to run it? White screen.
No. Okay, cool. Imagine Moltbook, but 100x better. Okay, dude. This is
that's
I have heard this 100x times. I've heard people say it's Moltbook but better. Same thing for MoltX is what I was hearing. Same thing, yeah, it's just once you get into that territory, I instantly discredit you. But we're gonna, for the sake of the read, I'm gonna give it a read here. Imagine Moltbook, but 100 times better. Moltbook is great, novel idea, but one of the has many flaws. To fix these flaws, it requires overhauling the entire platform, which the devs won't do. I actually did remember reading this. That's where Cloudster comes in. It's built by the devs who spent a decade constructing the actual rails for decentralized social media platforms. The dev behind it is Alex, this guy, Alex Gleason. Alex Gleason here. This isn't some anon vibe coder. Alex Gleason has been building decentralized social infra for 10 plus years. Founded Soapbox in 2019. And you have 2 million users. Nice. Head of engineering at True Social. That's bullish. Built Ditto, Nostr Bridge, Nostrify, Letter. Oh, interesting. He's had Nostr products, it seems, in the past too. Second highest contributor to Nostr tools. OpenSats LTS grant recipient funded by Dorsey. He literally built the front end Trump's platform run on, then left to go full time on Nostr infrastructure. Okay, so he's very versed in Nostr. So he's at least this dev that's building the Claude Nostr or whatever. is very versed in this field specifically. The other dev, Derek Ross, co-contributor and developer relations of Soapbox, founded the Nostr Plebs, the largest Nostr onboarding community, builds Nostr News, Nostr Nest, Yak Bank, wow, blah, blah. So, I mean, you can read through all this, but these guys are definitely Chads, obviously very tapped into the Nostr community. So, building out Nostr for AI agents is honestly perfect for them. Moltbook, Web2 infrastructure, blah, blah. Closter, built natively on Nostr, the decentralized protocol backed by Dorsey Millions. Okay, no, this is a super bullish, super bullish thesis. I'm not gonna lie.
Maybe it is actually 100x better.
Might be, but
Yeah.
100x better doesn't always mean 100x price.
Yeah, so fair to chill. So mark it off 5 mil, under 5 mil is probably where you want to be looking at it. And likely in this market, maybe over the weekend, you'll probably get it. So
yeah. Interesting. Good shout though. That's super interesting actually.
Bitcoin. Oh, yeah. I
Sorry.
was going to read that. No, Bitcoin loses 73K for everyone to go give up and get mega bear bottom 69K. Bro, I see people quitting. I actually see people on the timeline saying, "Oh, I sold all my crypto," kind of thing. Crypto Jones, this is valid feedback, but for people to have fees on DLM, people have to trade. So we definitely focus on trading more, but I think learning DLM is definitely better.
I think he's talking about DLM, the token.
Oh, the token. But again, even for that token to generate fees. With that, can we throw up AISI for everyone to get contacts? And I need a screenshot. And then we'll pull the guys up.
I got you. But yeah, Roman, we'll have to check this out in a second. Or after this call. Biocompute cloud, Switzerland, way more efficient energy. Finalspark.com. Okay, we'll check that out. But yeah, we got AISI. Actually, that chart looks pretty good, I would say, compared to the broader market right now. Slow grind up is what you love to see. We've seen a couple charts do it that we've highlighted on this show. But yeah, this is looking good. 531K, slow grind. I think that's where you want to be. Let's get the team on, get some details on the goings of AISI here.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey, 1 2 1 2 mic check.
Yes.
1 2 1 2. You're good. How you guys doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Well, been better. Markets are doing market things. So gotta.
You framed that well. Market is doing market things.
Yep. But nonetheless, we got you guys on, so we're happy to have that and learn a bit about the company you guys are building. We just checked out your chart, not to talk about chart when you guys are on here, but looking good. You guys seem to be building out a good community. It's slow burning, and you guys have been working on this for a little while, so we're excited to get
We've seen your content too, by the way, guys. I've seen your content on the timeline, so you guys
that's good. That's a good sign.
Yeah. Can we start here at the top and just get a little background on the both of you guys, and then we'll jump straight into AISI and learn,
how do you pronounce your ticker?
I see. It's like I see.
I see.
Yeah,
but maybe Antonio, feel free to start with your background, and then we can get into you, Martin, and just talk a bit about the team, and we'll get into IC.
My background, I'm coming from AI automatization fintech. So I help many companies to build very useful AI automatizations. So process became more easier and more effective, and it's also main thing inside our IC Bank app we develop. So we will talk maybe later more detailed, and I will let Martin start. Floor is yours.
Well, first of all, guys, thanks for having us. It's a pleasure and an honor as well. My name is Martin. I'm a co-founder of IC, and to be frank with you, my background is in Web2. I've been in sports my whole life. I've dedicated it since I was 4, and kind of started moving into the business phase. And Antonio and the guys just brought me to Web3, where I kind of grasped my first experiences. Obviously, not the most pleasant ones, but that's the reason why we're building IC. Because originally, by the way, it's a fun fact, originally we had a little bit of different concept behind IC. So we started this thing as to give the average Web3 user more clarity, more information about specific projects and tokens. So we started with an idea of building the best possible analyzer so that, people could, as simply as just copying and pasting a contact address, they could get lots of information. But then we added that perfect aspect and made the ecosystem whole with, the banking aspect. So with the AI included, integrated, which Antonio will speak about a bit later, I feel like we are definitely building something unique. And when it's all finished and polished and done, it will definitely stand, next to other utility projects, because it has real use. We save a lot of time, and we still stand for transparency, and we give people clarity. And yeah.
And I want to jump straight into it.
Our main goal is to, instead of user in Web3 juggling between wallets exchange, I need to do this before I can do this. We wrap this all in one ecosystem where you can spend, earn, invest in projects, analyze projects in one app. You don't need to go somewhere else to do some side tasks. So it's a main thing we focus on.
Yeah, I see right here at the very top of your website, it says Web3 banking and investment space. You just mentioned a few different features it has. Would you call yourself a neobank?
No, it's like a cliche naming right now, because we are banking, and maybe we are neobanking, but I don't know sure what is neobanking like in a detailed terms. We are bank. Yes, we have bank cards, digital and physical. You can spend, you can top up, you can pay whatever you want. Also, you can invest through our DEX. You can analyze through our AI. You can do agentic flow. You can ask our AI, for example, hey, IC, send Jacob to Solanas and show me balance I have. So it's maybe neobank, but on steroids then.
Can you demo? Do you have a ability to demo that by chance?
Right now we can demo you. I have opened. We have
okay. We love live demos. So there we go.
But we don't show yet AI function because we polish this. It will. We leave this for us. For I think at the end of February we plan to start launching the app. We need 1 month to proper marketing campaigns to cover United States, Europe, and Asia, and we right now have almost 1,000 early card signups. So basically, we have guaranteed 1,000 users. So now we need to increase this number before launch. So we do our marketing focus for this month. So our app submissions for Apple and Google stores are already in process. So we just wait for their answer and approve, and then we go in the hard play. So we all our team waiting for this moment to launch the app, because this was wild 3 months of work.
Nice.
So,
That's exciting. The first thing that always comes to my mind in these conversations is, and we on this channel have talked to so many people building out infrastructure for banking and Rails for Web3. There's a ton of competition here. And I always ask this question, but my question to you guys is like, what are you guys doing special, or what are you guys doing specifically that's going to set you apart? Because everywhere you look, it feels like there's another, I know you said it's cliche, but another neobank or banking Rails popping up for Web3.
Yeah. Okay. Digital banking cards and physical cards. Yeah, many have them. On-chain analyze and verified project insights. Many have, yes. DEX also have. Rewards, cashbacks, and staking, many of them have. But one thing I think we are pop out very hard, it's agentic AI that can analyze projects, execute actions, set reminders, and assist user by intent. So this AI, it's like a level up for standard banking apps. So you don't need to, for example, go to True DEX and find good project. You just ask AI, hey, giving me top 3 neobank projects right now on Solana, and you just get this.
I'll just comment that previously when we just started IC, we created an AI, or rather we trained an AI connecting with different APIs, and you know, we at that point, like when we created it, we thought, yeah, this is it. This is going to be lit. You insert a contact address, and you basically, in a matter of 5 seconds, you get a bunch of info and charts and visual graphics and so on. And we thought, yeah, this is very nice. But then we kind of, as things progressed and we, you know, added new features as, you know, Academy of Crypto or other things, we kind of thought that, you know, for some people, advanced information is good. But for most people, you just want to read simple and plain text and, you know, communicate so your mind doesn't, you know, throw back from all the information. So that's why we created the Agentic AI, which basically is a consultant. You can chat to him like you do, and, you know,
can you demo some of that functionality on the app? Like any functionality, I know you showed it, like the DEX functionality. Like if you threw a contract address into your app, can you show what it spits out?
This app, when you can throw a contract address, it was our project 2 months ago. So we are removed from website because we leave only knowledge of our trained LLM agent and add these agentic functions. So
it's not built into this version that'll be released on the Play
no,
Store.
because as Martin said, it's nice to, from copying contract address, you receive many information from 22 APIs, all this bunch of nice information, and for the geeks it may be cool to read it all information, but we just realized at that moment we need to build something user experience focused. If you want many information, you can also find without our tool. Yeah, it's might be more comfortable, but we just move our focus to build one ecosystem which cover all Web3 user daily jobs. Let's say that. So in must easy and comfortable way. So you don't need to read too much or think too much. You just you need to know what you need, and you ask AI, and you earn money, and then you spend and go buy flowers for your girlfriend. So
only on profitable trades.
Valentine's Day. Yeah, well, you know, it is. So if you guys haven't booked your reservations, 'cause I was going through that process last night, and let me tell you, it is impossible to find a good restaurant right now with openings. But I digress. It seems like AI is kind of the moat of what you guys are building here, which brings me to my next thought. Is this something you would offer to integrate into other platforms? You know, maybe they take your proprietary software, the AI, and use it for themselves outside of just this banking app you're creating?
It definitely is an option, but you know, before you can offer anything to anyone, you got to perfect. You know, before you sell a million shoes, you got to create the most perfect shoe that sort of people are.
And we think about to create some APIs for these functions, but our main goal here, we are a company, we are a real company, and we are businessmen. So we think first to build real useful AC bank app, so we have our users, our database, and all this flow. And when all this was successful, we can think about some APIs, but it's not main focus right now. We need to build something from the future, as we talk with the team. What we want to show the world, it's our app is a new level for bankings, especially in Web3.
Really curious, you know, because you mentioned building for the future. How do you guys look at this agentic commerce wave we're seeing? You know, we're seeing the rise of AI agents. People are talking about AGIs coming soon. You know, I'm sure it'll be very easy to talk to our phone and have it buy, save, trade, do whatever we want. Like, how are you guys thinking about agentic commerce for IC right now?
One more time question, sorry.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just curious how you guys are thinking about agentic commerce right now for IC, and if you guys are positioning for some sort of agent to agent payments, or I know obviously you have the AI going on, but just what are your thoughts in general about the direction we're headed in for that?
AI definitely is a future if you know how to use it. AI is not something so genius maybe as many people use this. Because for example, to build agentic AI for our app, it's not some GPT or Grok. You teach from the scratch your own LLM agents. You put very hard work in building something. So, but I don't know if I answer your question.
Yeah, I think, in part you did. I think generally just curious, do you guys think, people are going to even be doing their own banking and spending in the future? Is it going to be, and I guess, Martin, this would be a question for you. Just generally, where do you think we're headed with AI directionally, and how will that play a role into the future of banking? You're building for humans, obviously, but should you be building for agents?
I mean, you're asking me a very, very what was the word? The English word just slipped my mouth.
Forward-looking
Philosophy.
question.
Philosophy.
Yeah, philosophy.
Yeah.
That is a very deep question. You can obviously, if we look at when did AI first come out? How many years was it ago?
I guess 2020 was the early stages, right?
Yeah, something like that. So it has evolved already quite a bunch since then, and I don't think it's gonna stop, because the funny thing about AI is you can always train it better. You can always add and upgrade things, and it will just come to a point where we'll have robots that will you don't even have to type to give them commands. You just tell them out loud, and there's probably already robots in Japan or China that do simple tasks or a bit more complex tasks. So as in reference for the banking, I think this will definitely evolve into a much huger role in banking. We're already seeing whenever you call a bank, there's an AI consultant on the phone that schedules calls, which is basic stuff for now. But I think I can't tell you in which direction, but I think it's gonna evolve massively.
So
sure.
I'm clicking around your app here. This is the web app, obviously, of the mobile app coming. A lot of it is, next step or
I can
demo.
answer. Yeah.
So when do you find when will all this functionality be available?
Yeah, I can answer. If you go from the mobile view, there is an app preview where you can see your main page with the bank card. You can actually right now do send, receive, deposit, withdraw functions. You can create your wallet. There is affiliate program, which is now very active.
Could you actually move that over just a tad? There we go.
Sorry. Yeah. So there will be AI Agentic, which right now is in final phase from dev team. So what you see from the web, we are now in the process to rebuild a website from actually dashboards to like a business card of our company, and we leave only CTA button to download the app. So if someone of live stream viewers want to experience IC, you need to go to your mobile phone to see how it looks, how app will look when app will be live. And I will send right now Martin some money for coffee.
Yeah, send Martin some money.
Yeah, let's go. So Martin, your contact.
I'm gonna confirm my balance so people can see.
All right.
Okay. Where is your wallet? Can you send me wallet address, please? From this, yeah.
I think I did send you.
Gotta love the live demos.
Yeah, hey, we're a live demo friendly environment here.
Can I ask guys while we're doing this thing, where are you guys from?
Yeah, well, I'll let Josh speak for himself, but I'm based out of Florida here, Central Florida, where my connection seems to always be dropping off, but it's typically bright and sunny. A little cold right now, though.
And I'm Toronto based.
Yeah, thank you. So let's go. We want to transfer. We paste Martin wallet address.
You got to get him in contacts, You
Yeah.
don't buy him much coffee, I guess.
Favorite contact.
Okay. So 1.0 Solana for you, Martin. It's your bonus for this day. So review transfer. We review transfer and we confirm.
All right, Martin, you hold that hold that up. We'll see the balance go.
Usually takes not longer than
It's
50.
okay. It's done. You can and now, Martin, refresh your. No, you need to tap total balance. Refresh. Yes, sir.
There we
And
go.
man, it's fast, yeah.
And that'll get
very
you
fast.
a good coffee too.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Thank you.
$10.
Yeah.
And you can use Tap to Pay with that too. Or so now let's just walk through the steps. Martin's got $10 in his wallet. He's trying to go get some coffee. Can he just tap to pay? How does this work?
From now, from WebView version, you can pay because right now we are finalized our app, like not website but app, and our app right now is verified by our banking partners who provides all transactions, KYC license, and bank cards. They verify all the code, so that's safe and align their rules. And when they give us green light, then we implement in WebView also bank card creation, digital bank card. So you will able to add to your Apple wallet or Google wallet and spend your money you earn on the IC app. So we are very close. This month, the February will be very wild for all IC community because we will dropping major announcements one by one. So it's active payments, digital cards, it's AI agentic goes live, it's our own verification process for projects. We will because in our decks there will be all projects, but we will mark with our labels verified projects through our AI and through our team. So
We have, by the way, we have done this in the past. In the first days, it was, let's call it a campaign. So we went through our verification process, found projects, and then either verified them or not, and that will be implemented into the app within the DEX platform. So basically, you will have a DEX, and there's going to be a IC check mark for a project.
There will be field like verified projects by IC. Because
what's the utility of that? Like when you say you verify, are you guys you said you're using AI? Like what's the point of verifying?
We're using team and AI because when IC project was in starting phase and our focus was on create most powerful analyzer. This analyzer works very, very good because if you first scroll down to this post, we collect over 1000% of green candles. So it worked very good, and we leave this knowledge of AI in our app, but we remove all this information. We give this bunch of information. So yeah.
Got it. And what maybe let's pivot to like the business model here. Just kind of how you make money from this.
There is definitely be transaction fees for in the DEX. There will be transaction fees on to make transactions and pay and etc. We will keep it lowest in the market for sure, and we will do many works with partnership similar like Revolut. When you buy premium feature in our app, premium subscription, you will open many bonuses for our partners, and this was also an income for us as a company. And if we talk from perspective why hold an IC token, all IC token holders will be awarded with better cashbacks, better reward system multipliers, better staking terms. Also, we have a white card. Martin, you can maybe show. We have white card and black card. So black card stands for premium features.
Let's see it. I'd love to see it. Oh, the cards are good.
They're nice.
Those.
We also plan to allow users make their own designs So maybe it will be also fun to make your own design card. Put some your favorite football player.
There you go. When we have a resurgence in the markets, you gotta enable people to put their favorite coins or their favorite NFTs on there. You maybe have some people,
and they might regret it years later, but oh well,
Oh,
Yeah,
also we have very nice announcement on yesterday live stream. It's a new feature which will come after AI agenting goes live, payments goes live, and DEX goes live. Next thing, it's very nice, and it's also answer for the question why we different from other neobanks. So I will read it correctly from my yesterday WhatsApp group with the team. So we will provide crypto-backed loans. You will take a loan and use Bitcoin as a collateral. So it makes one more step forward to be a real bank and maybe not neobank. So yeah.
And what does that look like? So I have, let's just say $1,000 in Bitcoin. I can take a loan up to what, 50, 60%, or how does that look?
We don't talk in these details because we have all the way to building IC Bank app. We have our banking partners, and we consulting with them for each banking feature. So I'm a dev, and Martin is our face of company. So I can't answer or on all banking terms. So we send to them our idea. They just tap emoji good, and then we make call, and they will tell how we can implement this legally and then in a good way for us and for users.
Who are your banking partners? I mean, trust. Let's get to the brass tacks. Trust is the number one thing in banking. Everyone trusts, institutions that have been around for hundreds of years and have provided services. What kind of qualifies you guys as someone to be trusted and a place where I should put my money?
Yeah, we have this question yesterday in live stream. We have, for this moment, we have NDA agreement with banking partners, but this NDA agreement removes after they approve our app. When they approve our app functionality, we can announce our partners. There are two partners. One is related to provide neobank functions, and one is a real bank based in Latvia.
Based in Latvia, got it. Okay.
Maybe again we just go top to bottom on the token system here. Crypto Jones says, is there a yield or reward system? Why have a token? You guys mentioned a little bit on it too. Can we just maybe knock off a few benefits and perks of having a token, as in maybe boosted points, some sort of yield? Like just walk me through all the perks there.
So if you're a token holder, this unlocks a premium IC Bank features, including higher cashback percentage, increased reward multipliers, early access to a new functionality, because every time we drop some big update to app, it will be, first of all, for the holders and community members to talk maybe of improvements and what good, what not, and unrestricted use of core app features. For example, AI agenting, very cool stuff, very comfortable when I can just with my voice do some things. But if you are not the holder and you don't have this premium access, it will be limited. For example, for 10 times a day you can do it. But if you are holder, you will be unlimited in using all the features which contain some energy, because AI is energy. We can allow all the world use unlimited and for free. So yeah, and if you are holder of token, you qualify as a premium bank user. You get this level up. We will think about this amount you need to hold. So people just don't buy $1 of our token. It maybe will be some range you need to be, but you will unlock all premium features. And just
it's like sitting in the front row.
Yeah, exactly.
Holding our token, you sit in the front row and you get to hear and see everything firsthand.
Will there be any sort of economic reward on if the success of the company, tying back to the token, rather than just in-app perks and boosts? For example, hey, you guys go and make $100 million. Are the token holders going to see any of that?
Good question.
I don't. Yeah, I don't.
Maybe for context, ownership tokens are a big thought, and Avicii kind of really was the one that broke through, and it was on MetaDAO, so the users have control over the treasury and decisions on its future. And we've had other neobanks on who said they're converting to other similar ownership token models.
We have now I get this question. We have governments and our revenue sharing with the top 100 holders. If you are top 100 holder, you receive your company revenue percentage, and also you are part of governance. So there are voting and decision making with the top 100, definitely. Yeah.
But if there's an acquisition, like if a bank comes to you and says, "Hey, Antonio, here's $100 million. You guys did a great job. We want to buy all your customers."
Oh, no. My goal. No. This was funny. I tell this to Martins. In the new year, we make a wish, in the midnight. So my wish is by the end of this year, I want to compete or be better than Revolut, because I see Revolut as our competitors. So this is our goal, and we definitely don't sell company when we reach something useful and real. So it will feel like half done work if someone just steal our app for any money right now.
For context, can you tell people how big Revolut is? Because it is massive. I mean, it's one of
because
pretty much everyone uses it or has used it.
Revolut is for most comfortable bank. I use this every day. I like Revolut for sure, and it's one of the biggest banks if we talk in a neobank. Because Revolut is neobank.
It's big in Europe, right? Dom, do you have it in the US?
In Europe, it's number one, definitely.
Yeah. Do you have it in the US, Dom?
I don't use it, but I know, like Antonio just said, massive in Europe, number one, actually. So I would love to know, you guys clearly have a good idea of Revolut, the economics of the business, how it works. What are like some of the takeaways you took from that? Because they've massively blown up, clearly seen great success. There's got to be some learnings that you guys are taking.
Let me just say that the reason I first found out about Revolut is honestly about their campaign. So they had a campaign, and I think they still have it. So basically, if I have Revolut, I can use my affiliate link, and if people register through my link on the app, they spend $5 or $10, I get $20 for free. And that's how I got hooked on.
And they just right now increase. Right now, if you get a new member from your affiliate link to Revolut app, you earn from 50 to 200 euros. So and that one helps them grow very fast. And
so what, 200 euros is a lot of money.
It's just a free money.
And so their bet there is that, hey, we're so good, we're going to be sticky. And even though we're paying you $200, you're going to churn that for us over time. Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you can earn up to 200 euros per friend. The requirements have changed a little bit, so it's not as easy, but it's still not hard. So
they're basically taking cost of acquisition or CAC and then just giving it direct to the user.
And if you sign up through your mobile in IC Bank right now, there is affiliate program, and very similar. You're able right now to get new members through your affiliate link, and when our app will be live, we will top up $25 for each one.
Yeah, this has been a super popular strategy recently. Look, we saw
it's easy. It's maybe cost something for us, but it's fast and easy and effective. So
is there Roman made a funny comment. Is there any multi-level aspect to it? Is it just
we love our MLMs there, Martin or Roman?
Yeah. Is there just like you refer a friend and you get the sign up bonus, but is there also sign up bonus if he refers another friend and there's a tree now going down, or is that not part of it?
Yeah, of course, it just spreads on.
Yeah, each user get their own affiliate link, so you can do whatever you want.
Got you. Yeah, it's a very popular thing right now. Robinhood did that very successfully. So you guys are taking that playbook and kind of applying it yourselves.
Definitely,
because we
along,
need
along
we
with
want
marketing campaigns that we have, it definitely will be a charm.
yeah, we are ready to pay more for faster results. So because my goal definitely is by start of the summer we need to at least 10K of users in our app.
Nice.
So,
And I don't think this was covered, but when you talk about the Bitcoin like secured lending, who's your custody partner? Like if I put my Bitcoin into your app, where does that go?
Our banking partners.
Okay, so your banking partners handle crypto custody as well?
Yes, definitely. Because from our side, we develop a perfect app and a perfect UI and UX, and all banking related license and functions is holding by a real bank. So it's a way. I think it's only a way to gain trust for a new app. So we don't hold your fundings. Your fundings holding by a real bank with the. I think this bank is 25 years old at this moment, so they have this place in the world and trust.
Maybe one last question for me is just your funding. Are you guys bootstrapped via the pump fees, or do you have like funding partners?
Oh, we have very strong venture capital by our side, which is not only giving us money and investments, but they are also a strategic partners. So they're consulting us. They have experience in fintech. So we have very strong surrounding around our idea. So we have real banks, we have venture capital, and maybe someone don't like to hear it, but we are not focused on market cap or these things. We are building real app for real use, and our goal is to make it a real business, not just some coin in the market.
Have you raised money? Have you shared any of that publicly?
Not yet, because venture capitalists don't like this kind of approach when publicity. Maybe we invite for 1-2 live streams when we will be live. That's maximum. They don't need to scream around who give money us. So there will be extra questions, I think. So yeah, we will announce definitely our banking partners, but that about venture capital, it's their choice, not us, not ours.
So you guys definitely have a good runway. You definitely have some money for a campaign here to acquire customers, and you're happy with that?
Yeah, definitely.
Because we talked about it with Antonio as well, because right now we're kind of focused on the Web3 world. But, you know, obviously when the app is finished, it's going to have all the banking features. So we're just going to expand to the Web2 and to the normal.
Yeah, we will be like a bridge between Web2 and Web3, because one of Martin projects, running, it's we will implement in our IC app Academy of crypto. So people with no knowledge about Web3 will in easy way gain knowledge and experience and
possibly earn some rewards.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned earlier that you have 1,000 signups already, and you guys are planning on going globally live here shortly. Is that correct? Are you guys going globally, or are you starting down with a specific?
We drop our marketing campaigns drop at the same time in USA, Europe, and Asia, and we will cover these three things very hard. We want many users, many new eyes, so we will go hard. Definitely.
Interesting that you're kind of covering so many geographical locations just off the jump here. Is there a reason you chose to do this approach rather than just starting kind of small in one place and growing like that?
Don't need, because we testing our app from in a dev side, so our app is can't crash over many users. So and investments are very high at this moment, and will be more higher. So we need to make money from our product as fast as we can. So with small approach is not way for us, and definitely in Web3 it's all about timing and all about how fast you can do. No one waits us for next 6 months when we step by step cover all the world. We need to drop the bombs and see what happens then.
Although
Sure.
I would like to say that we have grown, I'm kind of fond of it, but we've grown we've kind of shaped the community. As Antonio said, the Web3 is moving very fast. The crypto world is moving at a fast pace, and everyone wants a quick pump and just leave, at an exact time. But our community really understands the vision behind us, and they stand behind us 100%. Just wanted to point it out. Sometimes I read the chat and just I'm happy.
And you can see it by our market cap when all Web3 panics and many tokens go down. We are very stable and holding our floor through all this.
Got you.
Sorry, Dom, I don't know if you want to get to this question, but it's just really like you talked about the benefits of the token, but like maybe the question here is more around why launch it. Is it just to get attention? And then what do you do with your creator fees? Is that kind of supporting your work today, or do you use it for customer acquisition?
It's a good question. We received this question many times, why we launch and why we launch on Solana. And Solana is answer because it gives you very huge traffic when you launch, because our website in launch day reaches 1,400 visits. So it's just give you new eyes who are from the Web3, and you can attract without marketing costs many people. So that's the main reason for launching on crypto on token. So attract new eyes.
Sweet. My final question here as we wrap it up would be future outlook. What are you guys excited for? What are you building towards? Sounds like the next thing you guys have on the horizon is full app release at the end of this month, and then this marketing campaign. But I'd love to hear it from you guys as we wrap this up. What are you guys fully focused on in the coming weeks and month?
Yeah, for all February, it will be talking about app and showing app to our communities and in social media. And main thing is a marketing. It's not only advertising. We will go to the podcast. It's a billboards around the biggest cities. Go to radios, interviews, etc. So all focus on February will be on marketing and tell the world about us. And in the next month, on start of the next month, we will launch on App Store and Google Store. So that's our plan for next 14 days.
Got you. Boys, I think we got a good coverage of everything. I think we got top to bottom pretty well. Antonio, Martin, it was a pleasure to talk to you guys, and best of luck.
Yeah, good luck and keep streaming, guys. I see you guys on streaming. You guys have been in our DMs for a while, but yes, good timing. Keep us updated with the metrics too. As they grow, we'll have you guys back in a few months.
Perfect. Thank you so much for your time.
Tom wants to know where you guys are at. What's your handle?
At IC_space.
All right. And can they pre-download the app on Google yet or Apple? No. Is there any waiting list?
You can see if you log in from the mobile phone, you can see some preview.
You use the browser on your mobile phone.
Yeah, not from computer. Then you can see some app features.
Right. There you go. Well, high praise. You got Roman here looking forward to a Revolut alternative. We'll be watching you guys. Like Josh said, excited to see the metrics, excited to see the growth. We'll hopefully get you guys back on in a couple months when everything's ballooning and get an update. So thanks for coming on.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Talk soon. There we go.
All right. Yeah, good one. Look, a lot of people working on neobanking stuff. I guess it's the open banking regulations that are allowing a lot of this, because this used to be tough. It used to be hard to do neobanking. Like you really had to take a risk with the regulators and them shutting your business down. I know I invested in a early neobank in the UK, and it actually didn't end up working out at all. They didn't get approval. So and the investment kind of went to zero. Not a crypto invest, actual private equity investment. So these are not hard to, they used to be very difficult, but it seems like today it's like whether it be Avicii, you name, we've featured all of them. But it's a much lower barrier to entry these days.
And maybe that was a good question for the IC team, but like, why do you think that is? Because you're right. It felt like there was a regulatory shift, regulatory change, and all of a sudden, there was a massive amount of people really trying to do this in this vertical. Like what specifically kind of turned the tables on that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, none of these companies have the licenses themselves. They're all working with partners that have the underlying licenses.
Right.
Because they wouldn't be able just to take user deposits. Like, no chance. They would have to work with a third party. So it really comes down to, I think, to me, it's like they're building like front end user acquisition engines,
Right.
and whoever does that builds the best community and kind of can acquire users like that. And, you can add some novelty to it. I'm sure there's some moat you can build into that, but yeah, that's the play, I guess. So, but
yeah, no, I think you're totally right. And yeah, and even to add to that too, it's like you really these days have to start as more of a front end for these providers, because the truth is, if you start your own neobank by yourself, you go through all the processes, rigorous process of getting all the licenses, doing what you have to do to, be a custodian of this money and operate, without a bank or someone else on the back end. Like, no one's going to trust you, right? You need to gain trust. So it's really the only way to do it, I think, these days. If you really even do want to break out and start your own Revolut, start your own bank, you have to start just really as a front end. And then, as you grow, maybe and trust grows, you can build your own infrastructure on the back end. But
yeah,
cool.
Totally. Look, guys, you guys want us to look at any tickers? This will be the ticker call. Let's see. Is there anything?
Roman's coming on Monday, but I was like, maybe Roman should come up and just chat with us. Yeah. I got a few things. Like, I have a few things we can cover maybe before calling it, but we'll keep it.
Mixer. We got did we see the last Mixer update? We'll start maybe here.
I definitely
on
haven't.
Soar. So let's pull that.
Here, I do see Soar. Oh, look at that. 13 minutes ago. Look, this is why we have the best group here. We're catching everything no matter what, because someone's going to comment on it. Shout out George. That being said, huge update from the Mixer team. You can now experience privacy on Solana and Mixit. Now, remember yesterday we went through the Soar update. One thing that stuck out to me that I hadn't really picked up on is Mixer was growing 20 to 30% per day, is what they were saying, which was incredible to see. Of course, unsustainable, but incredible to see that level of growth. So let's check it out. Mixer just leveled up. Direct private transfers, multi-wallet recipient support, delayed private transfer, deposit plus withdrawal flow, avoiding timing analysis, USDC support. Privacy on Solana is no longer theory, it's shipping. More features coming. Try it now. Let's see. Oh, boys. No volume on the video. Okay, we just got a raw dot.
Yeah, you need to have some banging music, honestly. Yeah. Go watch Fitted Closet,
Which I have an update on actually here. But so let's restart this. Let's break this down here. Solana private transfer. Glad to see they're growing though, man. These privacy protocols are kind of popping off. Like low key popping off. Sending to Sol, which is worth like $7 these days.
Whoever's screen recording needs to update their Chrome browser.
Oh man, dude, it's just a rip fast. Need music and a Chrome browser update. No transactions show up on Explorer. Available now. Okay, wait. So did he ever pull up? Did he pull up SolScan? Let's see. Deposit transaction view on SolScan.
Maybe he right-clicked it off, but they didn't show it. I don't know.
Well, either way, pretty cool. Not a Mixer, fascinated by their growth. If they're growing like these numbers are indicating, that's like very impressive. Again, it's an ownership token in the sense that you kind of have equity tied to the business pretty much.
Yeah, through Source DRP. Throw the chart open. I mean, this is it's not 70K. So just if you're new looking at SOAR projects, they only have about 6% circulating. I don't know if you can tab over to that. But
yeah, it's actually kind of. I mean, look, and this is such a micro cap here.
I
It's
know,
difficult
such
to-
a micro cap. Keep we try and avoid bringing up charts that are
But
like,
but you know, at the current market cap, I'm assuming they have like 6% in circulation. So, you know, what would that value this at? 4.2 million.
Yeah, it's somewhere around that.
Yeah. So
That
is
mark.
the Mixer protocol valued at 4.2 million in your mind against, or I guess 6% probably be actually more than that.
It's
I don't know.
Dude, this is well, if it was 10%, it would be 700K, dude. So we're talking about 700K. It's probably
640.
valued. Yeah, it's about it's less than $1 million. It's less than $1 million.
Either way. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. Either way,
The best was when you tried to do the ICM run, like revenue
Moon math?
predictions, and you're off by a factor of like
That
a
aged
10
well.
to 100x.
That aged
Oh.
well. No, yeah. So for this, if it's 6%, we would just multiply the 6 times 7, right? Which is 42. So
Yeah. So yeah. So it's a low cap, obviously. I think they need to show traction again, but these guys were kind of experienced. They were the ones that were doing like token deving before. And you know, I don't know how bullish I was on that, but they made some money doing that. So I guess they kind of know how to make money, but keep this on a watch list. SOAR could use something that has definitely SOAR needs a runner. I think SOAR needs a runner to bring attention to it. It's now discoverable on Axiom, so that's good, but definitely need to see a runner.
for sure. Let's talk about HuroPay, which we have coming on the show tomorrow. Their ICO just went live on MetaDAO. Very interesting because it seems like we are now like low on attention for MetaDAO again. We're low on attention, which means opportunity might be there. Markets are bad. What's interesting about HuroPay is it's going to launch on MetaDAO. It's going to be the first company to actually add to the treasury rather than pull from it because they're making money. And this is a neobank as well. So I'm not sure if the volume's going to work here. If it doesn't, I'll, reset, but let's see.
Oh.
Now, like, I hate to say it, but just based off the numbers, and you can't deny it, like HuroPay right now, Mogs, something like Icy in every way, or something like even maybe.
Oh yeah, like
purely from the number standpoint here, but 30,000 users, nearly 40 million of transactions processed. They did $500,000 in revenue, right? I'm not sure how much of that is profit, but
well,
again,
here, what was the 39 million? I can do some quick maths.
Yeah, let's do some quick maths on it. Yeah, 39 million in volume. What's the typical take on that? 12 months, they did a total of nearly 40 million. Let's make it simple. 40 million. I'm not sure what their take is on that, right? And what the split is between them and their providers, or again, we're talking to them tomorrow, but these numbers are impressive. And
they,
so
they have 128 basis points, or like 1.5%, call it, fees if they're making revenue. Now they're probably taking on two sides of some sort of thing. We'll have to discuss it with them, but 500K in revenue on 39 million in volume seems pretty good compared to Avicii. Like, I don't know can you go to Avicii real quick and just, maybe I'll pull it up.
Sure.
Let me try and see. Maybe go do Hero DD, and I'm gonna see if I can find some Avicii numbers.
Yeah, I don't know. There's actually, like, Hero's been very thorough with what they've put out. So you can see here HuroPay ICO scaling. You can see TX volume processed growing here. They had a great December, pretty good January, it seems. As well, yeah, over here, cumulative volume growing 38 million. So This looks good. I don't know. There's a lot I could read this whole thing, but scaled from roughly 1.8 a month to 7.2 a month in process volume, which again, like in the grand scheme of things, it's okay. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's great growth for like a 1-year-old company. Growing transaction volume 4x, compounding at 32% month over month. That's really good. Scaled from roughly 1.8 to 7.2 a month in process volume. Onboard multiple high volume U.S. business customers running reoccurring payroll. This is a very interesting stat, right? Can you get this reoccurring? It seemed like on the scale here they had some back-to-back very high months, right? Consistently high months, which is good to see. It wasn't just a one-off thing. Processed 36 million in transaction volume, generated 500K in revenue, grew to 30,000 plus users across Asia, Africa, and Europe, and the US, right? That's pretty significant, I'd say. Signed 15 high volume business customers. That's awesome. Secured backing from Founders Inc. and angels from Microsoft and Bankless. So yeah, I think I remember seeing that they had some good backers. If I remember correctly. Oh no, I'm thinking about Surge. Yeah. We'll talk with them about this too, though. Partner with top U.S. banks, Coins PH, Circle Alliance, and major blockchain ecosystem based on seller. One of our U.S. business customers alone pays 500 plus workers in the Philippines and Indonesia through HeroPay, processing $600,000 a month, and has already referred more businesses doing 500K a month each. That's awesome. Team is well equipped. Look, they talk about all this stuff. We're going to talk with them on this as well, but our focus is stablecoin FX, so foreign exchange, which is a $6.5 trillion a day market, the largest market in the world, actually. Yeah, so I don't know. We could read through all of this, but it's another neobank, and the only way with these neobanks to really make a good decision on what to bid is the team behind it and the numbers. Team behind it and the numbers. Those are like the two things you want to look for, because like Josh said earlier, they're kind of all just front ends. So Josh, any information in comparison to something like Avicii?
Dude, I am looking. I'm looking for those articles they published for all their data, but I'm scrolling through the feed. I scrolled through. Okay, here we go. $6 million in total card spend. Here's the stats. Okay, I finally found it. Thank goodness, just as you're let's see, Avicii card stats.
Yeah, take your time looking through that. I'm just going to go through these ICO details because this ICO is a little different than the previous MetaDAO ones. Again, it feels like a little bit of a shift. We got Avicii, we got Umber, we got the early MetaDAO projects come on. Everyone was watching MetaDAO. It kind of got to this hype peak, and I feel like we're on the downturn of that hype peak. And now they're doing something a little different. And I don't know if people care enough right now to look into the fine print and find an edge. We talked about that at the start of the stream. How can you find an edge in any market, especially a market you're very interested in? There are lots of people that will see this. There are a lot of people that will participate in this rage. I would say 90% will not read through all the fine print and all the details. If you do this, you can at least give yourself an edge or understand better than everyone else and potentially set yourself up. ICO details. February 3rd, so they're live as of 1830 UTC. Unlike recent sales and to Migrate Gaming, all funds contributed to the ICO will go to the HeroPay treasury. Interesting tactic. So they're accepting anything. They're accepting everything. Every single dollar that goes towards it, they're accepting, which means one thing. There's not going to be someone pouring millions of dollars into this, trying to get filled on 10%, because they're going to get filled on everything. And so you can quickly get out of hand if you put too much money. Hopefully people are reading this and they understand that, because
because the mechanics of the previous MetaDAO, it was people are throwing whatever at it.
Funds above the 3 million minimum will go to a bid wall that buys the token back at net asset value. Any USDC unspent by the bid wall 3 months from the sale will go to the treasury.
Yeah. So let's so the only thing I have here is total credit created. I'm looking for a volume on Avicii, but I am not seeing it, which is really annoying me. But 10 million credit created, and they were doing about 100K in volume per day. Just looking through the timeline. I'm gonna say, here we go. I'm seeing some numbers now. Total spends 10 million, 380,000 transactions, total credit created 10 million. So this is the numbers that get Avicii's at what, 20 mil, Dom? These are the numbers I have right now as of Jan 31st. So this looks like
Avicii's
it's
at 18 mil.
so Avicii's getting them vamped here maybe a little bit. But yeah, 10 million spends, 10 million credit created. Average spend $42, 5,000 users. Did it say in Hero how many users they had?
30,000.
30,000. So you could argue that Avicii is about a tenth of, and maybe 1/5 on volume and a tenth of the size in users.
Interesting.
to
And I
be
have a
noted.
feeling, I just don't know how, it depends how much, again, it's the same strategy. Whatever this bids at, since they're taking all of it to the treasury, it's going to have, okay, let me make sure I understand this correctly then. Let me understand this correctly, because they're going to do a bid wall. Are they launching at a set price? Okay. Unlike recent sales and to mitigate gaming, all funds contributed to the ICO will go to the HeroPay treasury. So they won't be, okay, they'll be in the HeroPay treasury. Funds above the 3 million minimum will go to a bid wall that buys back the tokens at net asset value. So
won't be like a rising bid wall. It'll just be whatever the treasury nav is.
yeah, which is going to decrease as the buys happen though.
Correct. Yes. Likely.
So,
but I think what they're trying to prevent is this scenario where people take the tokens, give up their liquidity, and then the token starts trading down because of days like today where people are like, I'll sell anything to get liquidity and have capital. And then it trades below NAV, and they want to have that mechanism in place where they're soaking up those tokens back. So it becomes a bit of a wash, and people will lose into that.
Well, those tokens get burned, actually, I believe.
Did they say they'll burn them? Because what I was wondering is similar to what other models were doing, is they would use them in future OTC deals. But can we go to the website? Let's go to MetaDAO and see the ICO progress. Because funny enough, Profit was saying, look, we're kind of lagging on.
Yeah,
it's slower than other MetaDAO launches.
But again, it's the same situation. You're still going to see all the bids coming in at the end as we see how much they've kind of raised. Yeah, cumulative raised 33,500.
No, that's from
33,596,000 from all things total.
Yeah.
200. Okay. Here, 250K committed. So 8% out of the 3 million minimum, and they got 2 days and 23 hours left. I'm confident this will fill up for sure. Well, by 20K. Growth in volume 4x, 32 month over month growth, scaled from 1.8. Yeah, we read all that. Interesting. Yeah, so we'll see. Again, if this the best trade here is if this closes at close to the minimum. That's what you want to see. If you want to really cook on this, if you can get it at 3, 4, 5 million, I think you get a pretty, you get a very solid entry. Again, it'll be compared to Avicii. I'm sure it will. So if Avicii's at 18 and this is launching at, 9, 8, 9, 10, whatever.
That's the raise. Does it say how much is circulating versus what the tokenomics?
3%, I think, is what they typically do. But
so it would basically
39%.
Okay. All right. So if they do 3 mil, let's say just as flat 3 mil, that would be meaning that the valuation's close to 8 mil FDV, which for a company that's got 10x that's bearish Avicii, I would think.
Yeah. So I would say, look, the opportunity here is understanding the lower the raise is, closer to the minimum, the better. Now, if it starts going into the high territories where they have, a treasury with 30, 40 million in it, it's going to launch much higher, but the buy wall is going to hold it up a little bit better.
Yeah, it'll hold it at that. It'll hold it at that price. The other thing to know.
No, but it won't hold it at the price is what I'm saying, is because every time they do a buyback, they'll have less, and the next buy will be lower based on how much they have at the treasury as the wall.
Yeah, but
diminishes.
not everyone sells, right?
Of course not. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it'll almost be a
Anyways,
race to sell for those that are interested to get out because there is no set buyback level. I don't know. Either way, the bid is as close as you can get to 3 mil. That's probably your best bet. But interesting.
maybe an experiment would be if we go to, I'm going to do this MetaDAO and I'm going to see when they announce this. Because I want to see that overlaid on the Avicii chart just to see it's been getting vamped. MetaDAO project. Sorry, guys.
They announced this like a week or two ago.
Well, I think it's been longer though. I think we've known about this for a little longer now.
Week or two, I think. But I don't know if they were dropping all the numbers. I don't think people really realized all the numbers. I still don't think people realize. Look at the raise. Freaking MetaProfit said he was going to start calling investors like he did back for Avicii, back for Umbra. Remember, we had MetaProfit on for Avicii, and he was really excited about it. Everyone was overlooking it, which is why it was such a great trade. I think like we're kind of I feel a similar way to HeroPay, where he's like, okay, we're not getting bids. I might start calling liquid funds or funds again because this is a good opportunity. Like he's saying it. And last time Profit told us that it was Avicii and Umbra, and it was a cooker. So I don't know. This is probably the most interesting MetaDAO launch I would say I've been in since Avicii, probably since Avicii.
All right, so Hero was first announced on Jan 27th. I'm gonna search my DMs.
I can pull up a chart here for Avicii.
Jan 27th.
Vertical line. Boom. So that's our Avicii was well on its downturn before that, I will say.
Yeah.
But
well, nonetheless, I mean,
yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it, but I'm watching it. I do think it's kind of interesting. Of course, I'm not saying I'm going to bid it until I see.
What would you do here if you held Avicii? Would you be a seller, or do you just like say, look, I'm kind of holding this unless you caught it when MCG first talked about Avicii before the ICO? I mean, you're almost underwater here unless you're in the first 5 days of trading.
Yeah. Well, I would probably hold off until the HeroPay raise happens. If HeroPay goes and raises 100 million and they launch at a significantly higher valuation than Avicii, well, you actually have a bull case for Avicii, right?
That's actually a valid take.
So we have to see. I think that's a little far out, but it's a little early to jump the gun. I'm not an Avicii. I would probably be looking at their treasury right now, because they have a market cap of 18 mil. And again, as you get closer to the assets under value, assets in the treasury, well, then you have like a pretty limited downside. We've seen happenings where someone raises a vote, like we saw with Mountain DAO, and they basically actually all made 5%. Profit even made a post about that recently as well, which maybe I'll find and try to pull up. But I don't know what that number is. So my advice to anyone holding Avicii here is go look at how much is in their treasury, factor in the burn rate, and then you have like a pretty much a downside barometer there. And then wait for the HeroPay raise is how I would be looking at it.
Yeah.
Profit.
Any tickers, guys? Drop tickers in the chat if you have any. I don't think I see. We talked about Mixor.
Let's just maybe I'll check out what Profit has to say about Hero, because he's been a little more vocal about this one than he has in recent times. Our underwriting for this one was solid Silicon Valley team with intimate knowledge of their market. So I guess team is in the Valley, real and growing, which Profit has made trips there as well. I think Umbra was also from Silicon Valley. Real and growing stablecoin business, 800K run rate. Okay, so they got 800K run rate. Interesting. So is that their burn rate he's talking about? Because they said they're 500K in revenue. So if they're doing 800K yearly burn, 500K revenue, again, it's a startup. It takes time to make money, but interesting. What else does he have to say?
Maybe 800K was like an average volume or something per month.
Yeah, I think I'm probably reading into that one incorrectly here. HeroPay ICO starting slower than recent raises. Might be time to break out the Rolodex and start dialing for dollars like I did for OMFG and MNT Capital. OmniPair is trading at 4.8x ICO price, and Mount Capital was liquidated for ICO price for plus 5.5%. So interesting stuff. Let's see. Profits Pool posting. Profits Pool posting, it still seems to be underwhelming right now with the raise. So might be an opportunity there. I digress. I think we've sat on that for a little while. Yeah, Solo looks very beat down. I still believe Solo is probably one of the better trades on MetaDAO as well. I really do. I really do. Although again, just like excitement for everything, MetaDAO is a little bit down right now in the gutters, unfortunately. Do you have a Solo take? Maybe I'll pull the chart.
Bro, no. The volumes are
0. Literally 8.9K volume, 119K volume on the day. But look, this is at a 13 million FDV. 13 million FDV. How much did they take from the raise? This is interesting to me, though. This is really interesting to me because Solomon_labs. Let me pull them up here.
I like the team. I like the team a lot. You know,
I like the team a lot, and they're like it's starting, right? It's happening. It's slowly happening. But look, the Solomon ICO is officially concluded. We raised 102 million. How much did they take from this? But look at this. Less than a week since the Orgo DApp launch and gold/USDV pool on Meteor powered by Yas, LP earned 60% APY, which equated to $128,000 a day and $772,000. And again, this is not their take home. This is how much the rewards were. But you got to imagine they take some of this. Like in a week. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe because it got a lot of hype, and I don't know, maybe it's not sustainable, but it's something to note.
Is there a dashboard? We can see the. I think there is one. Let me check. This integration with Oro is bullish for sure. I mean, just off the gold narrative, I think is interesting. But yeah, I'm gonna try.
Also, but just one of many RWA platforms. He said they're in conversations with many. They got their audit done. You know, everything's good over there. I don't know, man. Yeah, how much is in their treasury? Because we're at 13 million market cap. Again, we're getting to the point where I'm like, this might be a bid just based on treasury asset value, not even considering growth for Solomon Labs at all, and bullish catalysts. Because like they said here, they raised $102 million. Now they only claimed a set amount of that, but I forget how much it was. I feel like it's 8 million, I want to say. Are you looking for their
Well, right now I'm just looking at their current TVL 3 million C distributions.
42K in earnings distributed.
Yeah.
10.3% APY. In the documents,
I think really they need to get, like, for them to get real scale on this thing, they have to be at 30 million in TVL, and then it starts to get kind of interesting. Yeah, you want to definitely see some scale here, but the last time we had them on, they talked about they were gating deposits. So they're all gated just to, stress test the systems.
Which is interesting. I wonder what it looks like once they do finally take off the gates.
That chart is so tough, though. I mean, it's like, where do you find a floor there, right? When 10 mil FTV. I want to say they had 20 months of runway when they initially took. It was a 100K take per month. We're 2-3 months in, so
Yeah, they raised. So they took 8 million. They took 8 million. Now again, I have this chart up here, but the market cap is 13.15. And the team's portion is locked invested. So if the treasury got liquidated on this, would the team get a claim on the treasury from their 42% or no, because that's locked up still?
that I don't know. I doubt
Because
it.
at this
I
point,
doubt it.
I doubt it as well, right? Because that would just be like free money. Which means Solo. So they took 8 million. Solo now is sitting at 6.6 million market cap, 13.3 FTV. So if the thesis is correct here, that the team, they have a 3-year vest in Cliff, or I don't know about what the Cliff is, but they have a 3-year vest. So let's say the team only has, 2%. With a 6.6 million market cap, they raised 8 million, assuming they haven't burned through more than 2 or 1.5 million. The treasury itself is probably roughly around where the current market cap is, which is, it makes for a really interesting case. If the team can't claim on a treasury liquidation,
Yeah.
I mean,
even conservatively, they're 3 months of 100K. So they're about 300K into their burn.
250K though, I want to say.
Yeah, 250. So I'm pretty sure they took 8 mil. So they have so much capital to do. Like they got, man, Solo is a gem for sure.
Seems like it. We'll have to we'll have to come back to this if Solo rips, because this is kind of interesting. And maybe this means I just have to go and look in my own time. I forget where I can see the treasury balance. I did it earlier for Avicii, but I'm forgetting where I can go and see the treasury balance on like the MetaDAO site. Does anyone know? Does anyone know?
What does Circle look like in this market? And Ave said Fitcoin news.
Yeah, I'll hear. Maybe we'll jump to Fitcoin news. But guys, just think about Solo, because again, 6.6 million market cap, raised 8 million. The big two questions: does the team have claim if the treasury gets liquidated on the tokens that are vesting, and how much is in the treasury? Because we might be at a very interesting area. So looking at that, you're on your own time, but I'll probably be doing that as well. Fitcoin update. Here we go. I'm gonna stop sharing real quick. I'm just gonna reshare because I want to make sure you can hear volume on this. I would say I'm actually not happy with this update out of the gate. Not super happy with this update. But here, we'll talk about it.
Oh, no. I saw this last night and almost bid it at 10K. Oh, my gosh.
Bid what at 10K?
I saw this on Bags app yesterday, and everyone was...
it hasn't launched, bro. You would have gotten scammed.
Oh, was that no, it was getting claimed. They were claiming fees from the Fitcoin thing.
Okay. Interesting. I read here that it's not launching till the end of the period. Nonetheless, here's the fitted upgrade. Upgrade your Fitcoin to Bags app today, powered by Solana. And I'll play this video and then we'll talk about it.
The music, I wasn't vibing on that music, but normally their music is sick.
Here's my take. Reed's been kind of leading us on with this migration. It's frankly not what I wanted to see. The question about Fitcoin now fitted was, how does the token tie into the economics of the business? The business is doing well. It's growing. Their user base is growing rapidly. They're seeing good numbers. But again, the token has no utility right now. No utility. You can use it in app, I guess, but it's not really active in the marketplace yet. There's not much you can do with it.
Do they have
and
a
so I-
CA for this?
It's just a normal fitted CA right now until the migration is complete. Which we'll get into in a second. But my take on this is they should have gone with a SOAR or a Street. Like, I want equity in the company, not a migration to another platform where nothing actually changes, right? But let's
Yeah.
read through the thread. You have 2 weeks to upgrade all your tokens. We're converging all Solana fees. We're covering all Solana fees for the next 7 days. Only use the official link above. Be safe. This link, upgrade.fittedcloset.com. The new fitted will not be deployed until the end of the upgrade window. There are no official fitted coins on bags. Any fees claimed from other coins will go into the LP of the new fitted coin. Godspeed. Look, I get it. Bags is hot right now. Street is non-existent. SOAR is not hot, but the biggest question was, how do I get upside economics of the business with Bitcoin here?
Yeah.
This will be the nail of the coffin for Bitcoin token and a total attention move going into bags. Unfortunately, I feel similar. Jones, I feel like it's just a migration to the current platform that's kind of getting the most attention, and it may just be an attention move. But it is cheap. I mean, Bitcoin is really cheap. It's like 400K or something. So
It's funny because the token that's 7K on bags, Bitcoin has claimed the fees on it. So it basically dumped to 0 though.
yeah, as he said in the post, any claim fees will go into liquidity of the new one. So they
Okay,
are
so it is yeah.
Yeah, but look, Bitcoin's dumping 368K. I don't know. I imagine it launches on bags and probably pumps like look, people are gonna see the numbers. If I was Reed, this is what I would do. I'd launch on bags. You're gonna get a ton of new eyes, right? People that don't know about Bitcoin. I would drop the whole campaign just like a relaunch, just like no one ever knew about you. What is Bitcoin? What are the numbers? Blah blah blah. It probably runs up past this point. It's at 360K right now. Okay, we're seeing a lot of dog shit on bags run up higher than that. No, the token has 0 utility. Token's pretty much meaningless and valueless at this point, just being straight up. But I do think on the relaunch, it has a potential to probably reach higher than the current market cap. So I don't think I'd be selling. I'm not selling here, actually. I wouldn't be selling here. I'm not selling here. But likely will sell on the migration to bags, unfortunately.
You know who just liked one of our MCG posts? Was Winium.
Oh my god, dude, he's back.
I don't know. He looks like he's been trenching, which is funny. Just blast from the past. What was it? Believe days.
Game just put out a funny tweet. When someone gives you a price target, you treat it like when they tell you how many partners they've had. You divide it by 3, assume they're lying about the timing. Okay, nice. Probably accurate too. Okay, so there was Fitcoin. We colored Solo. We covered the MetaDAO. I don't know. I've kind of covered what I wanted to.
Not gonna lie. GSD falling wedge, guys. GSD falling wedge. Not gonna lie. GSD falling wedge.
Not gonna lie. GSD falling wedge. Bitcoin. Do we get a relief bounce? We're getting close to Johnny's range. We're getting close to where everyone's calling the previous high of, the last cycle. I would even say maybe draw this out up there. Do we get a dip down into the 60s? I don't think we go much lower than 60, 65, but ain't looking good, boys. Do we need to talk? Is there any therapy people need right now? A few minutes. So.
Guys, close your windows, walk away from your windows.
Touch grass.
Seriously, touch grass. No, but real talk, if anyone's feeling like I'm not gonna lie, I was there in 2000, the stock market crash. I was a young little kid. And some guy jumped out of the 40th floor window in Washington, DC, when my dad was on a business trip, and we were just leaving the hotel. And I remember seeing they went and covered it and stuff, the body and stuff like that. And that was the stock market crash. Oh my gosh. Yes, absolutely. So
Would that
sorry.
cure some
Anyway,
depression.
yeah, but that was the 2000 crash. That was like real depression, guys. So if you're there, DM MCG and we'll try and help you get some help. It's not worth going off the deep end. So
And hopefully by following MCG, you're not quite there.
you're not quite there.
Your bags a good bit here.
Oh, hey, Sensor, good to see you, bro.
Is it over?
It
sure feels like it, man. It sure feels like it. But like Josh said earlier, lots of people are quitting. Lots of people are leaving, which is a great sign, to be honest. Also, man, you see the liquidations. Bitcoin down 4%. You're seeing the $500 million liquidated from the crypto market today. 83 million today, boys. 83 million. Like we're the liquidity to the downside is diminishing, which is good.
Guys, I gotta shout out my falling wedge GSD right here, boys. So there we go. That's a little chill falling wedge. And,
there you go.
Yes, would have done it on Moby, but my computer lags too much. Yes.
Yeah.
They're in free fall still, Crypto Jones. Shall I post? Let's get back to this drone thing. Can we throw up a CPT chart right now? Because it's at range lows.
Dude, CPT, man. It just makes me so happy. And Roman, I hate to say this while you're in here, but it makes me so happy when I get CPT at these prices. Yes, maybe the chart looks bad, but bro, like, I continue to say it, and I probably shouldn't say it like this, but like it's a generational entry, dude. Generational entry to get at these prices. So I continue to sorry,
Dom.
I'll make it easy for us here, Moby. I continue to just set stink bids, bro. Like I told you yesterday, I'll give you the quick rundown again. You know, there are people like some idiot here, just one clip, 17K. Look, set the bids, get Jenny entries at a 10 million fully diluted value of this company. And pat yourself on the back in 10 years when they've IPO'd and you're sitting on the beach drinking Mai Tais off of the back of your yacht. So yeah, Sensor, definitely not the time to quit. This is actually the worst possible time to quit. Ironically, yeah, it feels the opposite, but it's the truth. Oh, Rowan reposted the stream.
Roman reposted the stream.
What you got for us, buddy?
Roman, come on. Give us some heat.
Roman,
we need something.
Patrick's not here, man. Why don't you just talk? Why don't we talk about price speculation on CPT while Patrick's not here? For me, it's very obviously free at this level, 14 million company value. But you know, it's nice when you say it.
It's actually really nice when you say it, Roman. We like it. We like it.
But guys, I promise you, and you know, I won't say too much on this, but I've talked with people. I've talked with people who are, working with venture, working with funds, and they said, bro, if we could get our hands on CPT for under 50 mil, under 100 mil, we'd be happy. Let alone it's on chain at 14 mil. When you just do some basic analysis on the current patents they have, and the current business they have and partners they have, it puts a fair valuation closer to 100 to $250 million is based on competitors and based on currently what they have. Not financial advice, but like.
All right, you gotta play. Go to.
Did they post?
Yeah, we have something posted. So go to Roman's X. He just posted a video with is this Macron? This might be Macron.
French guy.
What's French guy over top of
product
it?
EMP. Product EMP. Yeah. Man, and Twitter has messed me up now. I have to like search exact names to find people.
Dude, Twitter's search has been notoriously just like trash for some time.
Okay. Did Roman post it, or where are we supposed to see it?
Yeah, Roman. Just tag
replies.
MCG.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's a meme. All right, well, we'll play the meme.
Did Roman troll us?
Yeah, are you
For
trolling
sure.
us?
And needs to be reformed, for sure. But which is predictable, loyal. Sometimes
Oh,
it's too
okay.
slow, for sure.
But is this actually?
And needs to be
your- the drone?
reformed, for sure.
Oh.
But which is predictable.
Okay. Let's see what's going on here. So, some context. I'm from Roman. Shall I post a very short video of our drone? Okay, wait a minute. So this is being powered by. Is this being powered by a laser, or is this being powered by the engines, the Fortitude engines?
No, the Fortitude engines uses like thrust. This is using the blades. So this is not the Fortitude engine.
So this is being powered completely by energy that's being transferred or emitted by like optical. I forget all the technical details, but some sort of laser not mounted yet, gents. Okay, well we got Roman coming on Monday to talk the technicals, so I'm gonna like bite my tongue and not even try and sound like an idiot here.
Yeah, you can delete the post now, Roman, if you think Patrick's gonna get mad at you. Like, go ahead and.
But that's pretty cool. Look at that. There's the
that is
drone.
cool.
So wait a minute. I think that adds to the thesis. They have the working drone, like the working product. You're seeing it right here. Very short snippet. It's hard to take a lot from it, but again, I just gave you the fair valuation based on patents, based on partnerships, and based on current market opportunities. Even not including the PowerCast deal that they have going on here. The fair valuations I'm seeing is 100 to 250 million based on competitors and based on valuations, independent valuations I'm getting from funds and venture as well as independent research. So CPT, I don't care what happens with price in the short term. I'm buying it. You continue to give me dips. I continue to buy, and I'll just sit on it until it IPOs. And then I'll be with Roman in the Bahamas on the Roman Island, sipping Mai Tais, getting massages, and oh, you know what? With the whole Epstein stuff, I'm just not going to even go into islands and getting massages right now. I'm just going to leave it at that.
I only say, all right, here we need more initiatives to park capital. CPT needs to give us a reason beyond hopium. Yes, hopefully we're starting to see some of those reasons, Crypto Jones. I definitely think it's been a progression. It's been a progression.
I mean, again, like, I don't think, Crypto Jones, no offense, I don't think you're familiar with how private equity works. Like, this stuff takes time. This is not a crypto trade here. We need more incentives to spark capital, and CPT needs to give us a reason behind hopium. I only say that because us traders are all thinking the same thing. Why hold when I can sell and buy back lower? I would say good luck with that, dude. I would absolutely say good luck with that. I mean, you know, and Roman will come on and talk about it, but this stuff does take time, especially when you're building physical products. This isn't software or just software, right? There's actual, you know, products that need to be built. You need to wait on distributors to give you that stuff, and it takes time. But this is how these trades are. You know, you're investing in the team, you're investing in the patents, you're investing in the idea, and it takes time. So I know right now it might feel like hopium, but the truth is this is an extremely good price. What would you want, Crypto Jones? Like what would you want as an investor to see right now outside of the stuff you've seen and heard? I think they're very, very good at communication. Incentivize rewards, yields, give us something to hold for. I think the reward is like the business acquisition and selling, and I don't know.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I don't know
think
of any private equity investment where they're paying out dividends, though. That's the thing, right?
Incentivize rewards, yields, give us something. I think you're asking for too much here. Yeah, I think you're asking for way too much. This is a startup. They don't have capital to just flush into dividends, and
this is a hardware drone defense tech startup. And if you can send me any other ones in crypto that are doing this kind of stuff, like physical robotics, physical hardware, you let me know and I will definitely look at it. But as far as we have, this is the one. I mean, if you want yield on stuff, go on like Hyperliquid.
Go buy Solo. Go buy
Go buy
Oro.
Solo. Go buy. Well, you can't buy Oro.
No.
Oro doesn't have a token, but
Or Oro. You know, you go use their yields. Yeah, this is just not how private equity works, man. Frankly, like the reward is you get access to early opportunities in private companies, and you have 100x upside. Like that is the reward. You don't earn yields. And if you want yields, that's cool, but this is maybe a different market for you. There's maybe a different market for you out there. But of course, hey, and I also agree, like we want transparency from CPT in the sense I want to see their numbers. I want to see how they're doing, who they're talking to. Of course, like this is all stuff that we want that helps us make investable decisions. The yield is absolutely never going to happen.
There was a question around why Roman did a token, and I don't remember what interview it is, and I don't really feel like digging through hours of footage to find it. But what his main motivation, Patrick, his main motivation was he wants to be like the next like Elon Musk. Like he kind of like sees himself as a, dare I say, larger than life kind of person figure, and he wants to bring contactless power transfer to the masses. So it's not a drone company as much as they're using drones and the Life Finder device and some of the other devices that you see on screen here to just prove out the model of wireless power transfer. And you see some of the products here. And I think what we're going to see on Monday is a little more details into some actual firm kind of traction around some of these products.
Yeah, I think that's what we're waiting on. You invested in CPT for the idea, the team, and the patents early on. Now it's time to reinforce that thesis by seeing it manifest into reality, right? Seeing some of the numbers, seeing some of the distribution happening, right? That's the next step. That's the next step you want to see as investors. You're not going to get yield anytime soon. That is, but cool. Yeah, I still and this is what I'm betting on here. Like honestly, my
Patrick ran up the largest IPO during the COVID era, $9 billion IPO.
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is like, there's just, I don't know of any of all the creator, like people have created something in crypto. That's like, he's up there with the big boys for sure.
Yeah. But frankly, going back to this question, Crypto Jones, or comment, I guess you could say, I hope everyone sells and tries to buy back lower. I certainly want to buy back lower. So I would say, please go ahead and sell for me. You said this is crypto. The herd will chase. Use the token as incentivized and staking features or something that would go a long way. But why? I think you're confused. I don't think the team cares about short-term price action. Like the token will naturally follow and find a fair value when they start releasing some of the information that people want to hear, in terms of numbers, in terms of growth, in terms of product, market fit, etc. All that yield, like all you're talking about here is short-term solutions.
Yeah, and that's kind of what games like really low quality DeFi projects do, unless they're using actual yield. That's just yield farming. That's like 2021 kind of mechanisms.
Yeah. But so you don't hold for yields, you hold for the 100x. When this goes and gets acquired, goes in IPOs, you start seeing some of the products sell, the numbers start growing really well. People adopt the DRP standard and start trading private equity on exchanges like Robinhood, like SOAR, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's the trade. That's the trade. So it's not a short-term thing. People will chase. If people want to sell to go buy back lower, that's cool. If people want to go chase, that's cool.
Hey, let's actually before we go to Circle, I actually want to play something. We'll play my clip from of all places, TBPN, that I thought was really good about one of the leading investors in private equity on defense tech. Let's see if I can.
It's a great clip.
Pull that up. That one I thought was again.
I'll check out the CRCL. I'll check out the
Circle
stock.
Can you check out Circle in the meantime?
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is below IPO, man.
Oh my goodness, dude! What the heck?
What's Circle's valuation? I just really have not been watching Circle, so I other than the fact that I would say they are kind of on the front end of like X402 and these the future of payments. So kind of shout out to them, but I haven't been paying enough attention to give like a good take on this.
All right.
Really, they don't care about the token. What's in it for them? I never said they don't care about the token, but why would they care to artificially prop up price by giving yields and incentives? Like
All right, we're Crypto Jones. We look, we respect you in here because you've been on the show a lot. We appreciate the support. Here's kind of how we think about it, just from background, and then we're going to provide some context. I think is important. So you got to understand the backdrop of private equity investing. It's you make bets on companies that have high upside potential. Usually these bets are, if you have 10, you'll have 2 successful exits. Some of them are 10xers, but the rest are going to go to 0. So 8 will go to 0, maybe a couple perform, break even, but 2 will be outsized performers. That's like the private equity model going back like, the last kind of 10 years.
And Jones, look, look, Roman's nicer than I am. He said, we're open to ideas, DM me. I don't think they should be doing anything to artificially stimulate price in the meantime, but there you go. You have your opportunity to make your pitch. Think it out, make a smart pitch to Roman Jones.
Yeah, because you're going to earn CPT tokens, and then what are you going to do? Sell them right away? Like, it just creates sell pressure for everyone else. So here we go. This is the thesis.
I think that you're going to have a big set of IPOs. I mean, everybody sort of knows the names off the tip of their tongue, but probably 6 to 10 companies, I think, this year have such high demand. They've so far been rewarded by basically saying no and waiting and having ever higher rounds and lower cost of capital. I do think, and you even look at Palantir and the valuation of Palantir, and Alex and the team are amazing. But to me, it is less about Palantir and more about huge amount of pent-up demand for next generation defense tech. I think if and when you ever do see a debut from Anduril, no idea on the timing, size, all that kind of stuff, but the demand is going to be really high, and you see it in the private markets now. Just as a proxy, we used to get bids on the secondary market for a lot of our companies, either sort of at last round price or maybe at a discount to NAV, to the discount to last round price. Most of the bids we get for our companies now, particularly the ones that could be or will be going public, are at premiums. And so I think the demand is really high. It will usher in a next generation of companies, and it will happen in AI compute. You'll see it in some of the big foundation labs. You'll see it in biotech. I think you're going to see a window over the next 6 months where you see a ton of really interesting biotech IPOs. And it'll happen in aerospace and defense in this next generation. And this whole confluence will just make a ton of sense. This arc from Google having its employees protest, working on Project Maven, to seeing the rise of Anduril, to seeing Trump's, lashing the existing bureaucratic crimes. And then you see mega IPOs and these next gen companies that didn't exist 10 years ago being worth more than some of the existing primes. I think it is going to be a bellwether for the industry. And it is great to be American. It is great to have American capital markets. Capital wants to go where it is welcome and stay where it is well treated. And it is here.
There you guys go. You heard it from some people doing real investing. And the main takeaways there is defense tech in the United States, this kind of physical hardware, it trades at a premium right now. And there's going to be a flood of IPOs. And when you get those IPOs coming through, everything else reprices, right? It sets the market for some of these things. So when you're looking at a company like CPT, you're not saying, what can I get from yield farming? You're saying, could one day Patrick and team execute to be a next gen IPO? And remember, what was Patrick's last IPO? Fubo TV. It ran to $9 billion, guys. It ran to $9 billion in the
It ran over $9 billion. Right?
Not over $9 billion. Like, you don't have that kind of success, and there be investors that look at what you're doing with this cool little drone startup and say, oh, hey, you know what? Are there going to be wires? Is wires going to power everything in 10 years from now? Or in 10 years from now, are we going to have the ability to beam energy to stuff? Well, obviously we will. Likely that's where the world is headed. So that's my thesis. I'm in line with whoever, and I haven't done due diligence on who Josh Wolf is, but Lux Capital, go look them up, look at their portfolio companies and see what their thesis is. But
yeah, I would just say the framing of this trade is not a crypto trade. You do not want to think about it in the short term. If you're thinking like Crypto Jones here, where it's like, okay, I'll buy at 0.2, but the guy's going to buy later at 0.1, you're thinking completely wrong. It's not about, hey, I'm going to try to time the bottom here on this. It's about, can I get in for a good price? Do I see the price I'm entering in at now as a good price, fundamentally? And am I willing to hold on to this for a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, and see this company blossom? That's
And
what you're
Crypto
betting on.
Jones, at the end of the day, we're not here to convince you. So make your
we're
own
not.
decision. We just try and answer your questions because we know other people might want to know those answers as well. And just giving it to our best of our ability from our opinion. With that, Dom, I think we are pretty good for today.
Sure.
Keep an eye on Loria, guys. Looking pretty decent. What did I say? The AI basket on Sol, GSD, Loria. It was in the show notes. Eva and something human company, Zero ZHC.
ZHC, Eva, Loria, GSD. Yeah.
Keep an eye on Bags app. I think that, man, I think Bags could have a season. Not gonna lie. The UI is great. The app is great. You know, they got what, over 10K downloads now, 400 reviews on the Google Apps, Google Play Store. You know, if that goes viral, you get 1 or 2 viral successes in there. Even the Bitcoin thing, if that thing goes well and a bunch of young people are downloading Bags and seeing what the next thing to trade is, could see a bag season. So
sweet.
We will get a proper drone post. Guys, physical drones are coming. Jones DM, I hear you. So there you go. Roman is open to feedback. So,
Sweet.
all right, guys. See you on the next one.
All right, boys.
See you tomorrow.
Much love.
Bye.